Everybody flooding in! How is everyone doing on this fan-fucking-tastic Friday chat? Oh my god, I know I'm a little bit late. I saw some people rioting in the chat about it. My apologies. But today is a very special stream day today, chat. We are doing a React Day, number one. But number two, more importantly, is a Ukraine charity stream. We are doing a charity stream for Project Hope for Ukraine, right? It's like an event that they have kind of going on. It's a cause, right? It's for Project Hope, but there's a bunch of things that you can do. Oh, my God. There's a bunch of things that you could donate for Ukraine. This is the charity. Let me actually pull it up. I'm just trying to show you guys so you can see. !Ukraine, if you want to donate. This is the charity, obviously. We have some milestones here. We have Mini Shield. We have Jiggle Machine. We have extra YouTube video for the week. And then we have, another play game of Chat's choice, another day. And as you can see here, they also have these things that are predetermined. So if you give this amount of money, it's what it will go towards. They have a dignity kit, hygiene, infant, and emergency supplies for people in Ukraine. And yeah, if you don't know what Project Hope is, they're basically, just reading this, a global health and humanitarian organization that believes in the power of hope. They were started in the United States in 1958. They are providing a lot of broad help right now in Gaza and Ukraine. The one that we're doing today is for Ukraine, obviously, and that's what all those little things are for. But that's what we're going to be doing today. If you want to donate, Ukraine mods, if we could pin the donation link, that would be very much appreciated. I don't even have... Do I have mods on my stream right now? I have no idea. Jay for the sub, Plebiscite for the 3. Thank you for standing with Ukraine. Thank you for the 300 biddies. Faithy for the sub. Shazza. Steve, 69Y2K. My name, Pressy Frey. Owen for the sub. The booty for the fucking 5K biddies. There's a rotting corpse in the Mantino Mall and a shopping cart with 3 wheels near one bathroom covered by a 2018 football jersey with some stains on it and a Lysol bottle on the 2 to the left water fountain used to cover up the smell. That's like a little too specific, booty hole. That's, You're starting to make me suspect that you killed that person in the Mantino Mall. Veritos for the $5 dono to Ukraine. And Anonymous for the $5 dono as well to Ukraine. Thank you for that. And the booty hole for the 3 before I even started stream. Word for the sub. And Jay for the sub. Chat. Another message here. Instead of giving biddies, if you were going to purchase bits today, if you already have them in your account, that's one thing. But if you were going to send a dono today, instead of sending that dono directly to me, please instead send it directly to Tiltify. Every fucking charity stream I do, some fucking... I'm not going to get mad, right? Because you're still sending money towards the charity. But some dumbass, if I'm being real, will send me money and then tell me to donate it to the charity. Dude, just hit the dono link. !Ukraine. You can fucking put it there, okay? We have no mods. I will literally at them right now. There are actually no mods in my stream right now. Hold up. Why are there no mods? There's normally like 10. Hold up. I'll pin the link. !Ukraine. I'll fucking pin it while we're waiting. They're just fucking late. Yo, M for the fucking subs. Thank you for that as well. !Ukraine. And let me pin that if you want to donate. Anyways, manually unpin at the end of stream. Okay, there we go. As I was saying, instead of fucking sending me a donation and telling me to send it to the charity, that causes a lot of money to go to other companies like Twitch, and then I have to fucking pay fees to get the money that you gave me, and then I'm ending up taking more out of pocket when that money could have just gone directly to the charity. So instead of being an idiot, I'm not going to get mad at you if you do it. However, I want you to know, instead of being a dumbass and sending me the money and telling me to donate it to the charity, please, if you do want to send a dono that you were going to send today or whatever day, send it to the charity and I will read it as a regular bit dono. Holy fucking shit. That's all I needed to say. If you want to check out the charity, it's a great charity. You can fucking check it out. We have a lot of, milestones that we're going to reach today, hopefully. We're looking to raise $2,000 for Ukraine. That would be great. They're going through a massive fucking issue right now in the war with Russia. And, like any little amount of money obviously helps. So, I will appreciate any dono. I will read them as I would normally read a bit dono. So if you want to send that there, I will read it as they come through. Obviously, it might take me a little bit if we're watching the videos. It might take me 10, 15 minutes to read your dono, but I will try to read them as fast as I can. Do we understand, chat? Scrub for the fucking 10 to Ukraine. No need to fear. Scrub Nugget is here and ready to mod. Alex for the 1. Dreaming for the sub. One Cheek for the 15 to Ukraine. Can we get another poop story if you have one? I don't have one currently. I'm sorry to hear that. Chunkles for the fucking fire. I'm sorry to tell you that. Chunkles for the 10 gifted. Thank them if you get a sub. Thank you for the 10 gifted. AJ for the sub. Easter for the 15 to Ukraine. What did I get merch? But the shipping is 25 euros. Yeah, no, the shipping is expensive if you're out of country. Because you have to pay the UPS fees. Manny for the sub. M for the fucking 3. Gift is the booty for the 3. Almost have 100k pit badge. J for the sub. Plumsy for the 3. And Faithy for the sub. TB for the $1.11 to Ukraine. Did you see what I got Fiddle to send you? Just curious. No. Zerk for the sub. What you got Fiddle to send me? What did Fiddle send me? Brother, he might have told you that he sent me something. He probably didn't. Okay. Lock in. Somebody redeemed Flex. Little rundown of the videos that we got today. Ruz for the sub. Little rundown of the videos that we got today. We got a lot of reacts that we're going to be going through today. Off rip, we have quickest rejection in button history. We have not watched a cut video in fucking months. Or not necessarily a cut video. We probably watched a cut video like last month. We haven't watched a button video in fucking forever, so we're going to be watching that. I tried experiencing sleep paralysis. You guys sent this video in the video suggestion tab a million fucking times, so it better be a goddamn banger. The Disturbing World of Pet Psychics, PapaMeat video, The Art of Dumbing Down, the craziest alien theories in Joe Rogan history, the tragic story of the counterfeit vape epidemic, and the kids who hacked the CIA. If we have time for more videos, we will obviously add more, but those are the videos that we're going to be starting out with today. If you have any videos you want me to watch, or games you want me to play, exclamation point Discord, video suggestion tab, game session tab, I find most of the videos that I watch and the games that I play. Today, we're going to be doing just reactions and doing the charity stream for Ukraine. Hopefully, we hit the dono goals. I will read them as they come through. Outside of that, chat, tomorrow, I will be live at 2 p.m. EST. We are going to be live for like 5.5, 6 hours. I'm going to be starting out with reacts tomorrow. I know, I never do reacts on Saturday. Holy fucking shit. We're going to do like 2 hours of reacts on Saturday. Then we're going to transition into Ready or Not, Roblox, and other games. Because I will not be live Sunday. So we streamed a lot yesterday. We're streaming a lot tomorrow. Today is like kind of a regular 4.5 hour stream. Sunday, I'm not live. Monday, I'm going to be doing Simulacra and other games that chat wants me to play. You guys have been asking me to play Simulacra forever, so we're going to be playing that. It's like an FMV horror game where you have to, like, find shit out about somebody that died. I don't know. Tuesday, we're going to be doing reacts and practicing for Party Animals because Wednesday is a Party Animals Switch Rivals event with me, Sneak, Zeusy, and Handsome, and then we're probably going to play other games with them when we're done. Thursday is going to be Unbans and then a scary game day. And then next Friday and Saturday, I am not live, hence why we're live on Tuesday and doing reacts on Tuesday alongside some other gaming. That is the schedule for the week, chat. Are we ready to fucking lock in for the charity stream / react stream today? Blake for the 10 to Ukraine. Usually watch the videos. I was watching through Storage Hustle while you lost 2,000 gambling. Then Nody popped up, decided to tune in. Dub, Whisper for the 15 to Ukraine. You do so many charity streams. You help a lot of people. I hope this money helps some people as well. Thank you. And I do try to do usually 1 or 2 a month. I think it's gotten to the point where I usually do one every 3 weeks. I think that's the best interval time for me. So, like, we're doing one this week. We'll probably do one at the very end of May or, like, first month of June. Cream for the 3. We're going to be doing Little Warrior for the next one. It helps fight childhood cancer. I've been playing Siege for 7 years. I'm still gold. Am I cooked? For 7 years. Joe Far for the 255 to Ukraine. When is the next time you're going to play Gambling Sim Storage Hustle? Never. We finished it yesterday. Until they update the game, then I'll play it again. We started Supermarket Sim yesterday, and so that's going to be the next sim game that we're going to be playing for a little bit. Anonymous for the 250. Just got some of your merch for my birthday on Sunday. Dub, and happy birthday. But yeah, no, we're playing a lot of new games soon. You guys have been sending some goated games in the game session tab. If you have any games that you want me to play, send those there. We've been playing sim games more recently. More multiplayer games, a lot of horror games, obviously. And we're probably going to start Beyond Two Souls soon. But we also have a week-long Twitch Rivals event in like 2 weeks. So that's going to be taking up some time. Unless we get out early or we hate it, then I'll throw and we'll leave and we'll get out first day. It's not a problem. I did do a lot. I know it was like a discrepancy on whether or not I would be doing the Twitch Rivals event. I think it's May 20th through the 24th. It's like Monday through Friday. It's every day at 3 p.m. EST for like 4 hours. And a lot of people wanted me to do it. A lot of people didn't want me to do it. We're going to do it because it's 150 streamers. It sounds really fun. If it ends up not being fun, I'll just fucking throw, and then I'll get out, and then we can just not do it the rest of the week. Blake for the 10 to Ukraine. Anonymous for the 250 to Ukraine. I already read that. Officer for the 10 to Ukraine. W Charity, glad I can help the best I can. Typical for the 10 to Ukraine. Love what you're doing for your platform. You're an inspiration. Man, and Ukrainian people certainly need any help they could get right now. Sorry I couldn't donate more. Don't apologize. Thank you for the dono. Zach for the 10 to Ukraine. Thank you for getting me into philosophy. Tried to talk to my mom about it, and she's a devout Christian. She does not accept my belief that I don't believe in God and wants to kick me out. What do I do? I mean, dude, I don't want to say you have to sit down and have a fucking honest conversation with your mom, but you gotta get to her, right? I have a lot of chatters come into my stream and say, hey, man, I'm like kind of struggling with my faith and my parents want to kick me out. I don't want to say that's a horrible parenting thing to do, but it's a horrible parenting thing to do, in my opinion, right? Obviously, I know they want you to believe in God and they want you to believe in the faith that they believe. But to say that you're going to kick your son or daughter out of their house because they don't believe in the same thing that you do is fucking outlandish, right? And obviously, you can't just tell them that because they're just going to get more mad. But, I mean, I don't know, try and reason with them in some way and be like, hey, you know, I just can't believe in that. Or, I mean, realistically, I know a lot of people in my chat have said they stayed quiet and then they just end up moving out and going on their own when they turn 18, 19, 20, whenever they move out, when they're done college or whatever. So, I mean, you could go whatever route you want, right? It's your life. But, I mean, I don't know your mom. I don't know you. I don't know how she would react to that. The Sage for the $100 dono to Ukraine, dub in the fucking chat. The Sage Nader. I think I'm saying your name right. Let's start stream strong. Thank you for that. Ruz for the sub. And thank you for that bomb-ass dono to Ukraine. I appreciate that. And Savannah for the 150 to Ukraine. Duh! I spit all over my mic. Yuck. Yuck. He sent it now. W Charity Stream. Crib for the sub. Nick for the 10 to Ukraine. Hope it helps. Anonymous for the 5 to Ukraine. L for using... W Joe for charity, L Joe for using AI. Never used AI. I also talked to my merch company about that, and they said they didn't use AI. They used AI support system and then tweaked everything for the merch. The merch that I made is not just AI, and I don't know why people said that. That's just a cuck thing to say. If you don't want to buy the merch, don't buy the merch. If you think it's AI, don't buy it. I don't give a fuck. They did design it. Killer Merch designed it. Great company. They work with fucking Danny Duncan and a million other YouTubers. To say that they just use AI is just mocking all of their work that they've put into it, and I find that pretty disrespectful. So, Savannah for the 150 to Ukraine. Hey, Joe, I think it's cool that you're doing this. My grandma's an immigrant and had a very hard upbringing. This type of stuff hits home. My grandpa just passed. It's been hard for her, but we would always watch your videos, and it's their favorite. Thank you. Well, thank you for the fucking nice dono, and rip the chat for your grandfather. I'm sorry to hear of their passing, and I hope the mourning process is going well for you and her. V1 for the 2. What if instead of Nightbot, we called it Freakbot? Batman for the 1 to Ukraine. Joe Fart hitting a cart for the 5 to Ukraine. Jocelyn for the 4 to Ukraine. Just love watching your stream. They cheer me up whenever I feel sad. You help me out so much in the past few months. Just started watching you on Twitch. Only been watching on YouTube. Thank you, Willow, for the 2. It's really inspiring. Never really gotten to watching your streams or YouTubers when I was in the hospital. Last year, you gave me motivation to try and be my best. Thank you. Chubby for the 10 to Ukraine. Want to say you're my favorite streamer and about to buy your merch. Dub. Nano for the 3. Third time ever sending money to your creator. One is for the charity stream. Love you, Joe No Homo. You sent it to me. You did not send it to the charity. Not Nano. Again, this is just a little... I'm going to say it one more time. Exclamation point, Ukraine. If you want to donate, don't donate to me. That's going to me. A lot of that's getting cut to Amazon, right? Or not... Well, it goes to Amazon, but also Twitch. You sent me bits. That doesn't go to the charity, right? I'll still donate that. I'm going to do my dono in a little bit. I always do it like midstream. But... I just want you to know you did not donate. You donated it to me. I'll donate it to them, but please send it directly to them. If you want to play a scary-ass game, try out The Mimic on Roblox. I already played that, I think. Gabby for the 5. Found you on YouTube. It literally have watched all your videos more than once. You've helped with a lot, man. Thank you. Anonymous for the 10 to Ukraine. This one hits home. I have family in Ukraine and Russia as well. I respect you a lot in your streams. Thank you. Anonymous for the 10 again. My friends are mad at me for somebody else slapping papers out of my hand. What do I do? Dude, I don't know. What do you mean somebody else slapping papers out of your hand? That seems like such a trivial problem. Your friends are mad at you for paper coming out of your hands? That's just... Why are you even fucking arguing about that? Like, what? Patrick for the 25 to Ukraine. Voice crack. Don't know what to say, but here you're a W streamer. Samuel for the 10 to Ukraine. Supposed to go to the Polish-Ukrainian border to drop off some soldiers to help, but I was forced to stay home because the government said I would be in danger if I went. Wow. 2 years ago, I was supposed to work with my stepdad. He's a bus driver. Oh, you're Polish. Goes for the 145. Goes for the 145 to Ukraine. Thank you for using the platform to support this cause. We appreciate you. You help so many people just by streaming. Keep it up, man. You deserve the best. Thank you, Erna, for the 7, Pay for the 5. Glad I can donate to one of your charity streams. I know you are going to shout out the Discord, but would you do more crime reacts? Yes, but you would have to send them there. I love Joe for the 3. Sorry, I can't donate more. I want to say love your streams. Or for the 111, I said for the 3. Thank you. Kendrick diss Drake. # Freaky Friday. Cool, man. Thank you for the fucking 145. Somebody said get into the videos, bitch-ass pussy. Buddy, we will see you later. Joe Bart, salute for that fucking douchebag, fucking dickhead. Get the fuck out of my chat. Fucking bitch-ass motherfucker. I'm shouting out a dono for a fucking charity, and you're fucking bitching at me to start reacting. Buddy, this ain't a goddamn yap sesh. I'm sitting here thanking people that are donating to a good cause. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. It's not like I'm ranting about piss and shit like I normally do. Fuck. Tim for the 10 to Ukraine. Me and my dad like to watch your videos. Say hi, Alec. Hello, Alec. We're already at $626. Fuck it. I'll do my dono right now. Do we do our dono right now? Yes. Skip this. How do I skip this? I don't want to do the reward. Let me do something else. I want to donate a larger amount. Here it is. Fuck. Bitch. How the hell did you guys not do the... Hold up. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna just add all these to the cart. Oh my god, I could just add them all to the cart like it's a fucking checkout. That's great. Okay. I'll do that. Well, that's fucking nuts. I didn't even know you could add all of them like that. Hold up. Sorry, I'm stupid, chat. Un momento. Un momento. I could actually raise it, too. I'm actually going to raise the dono. I was going to say I wanted to donate more than that. Dub. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Chat, hold up. Everybody type pause in the chat. Wait. This takes me a minute. Wait. Hold up. I'm going to keep saying hold up. It's going to be another hold up for like a minute. Because I'm stupid. I really should just do this before a stream. Because now you guys just sit here and watch me. And now that kid's really molding. Because now it's going to be another fucking 30 seconds before we do reacts. And that's going to make him angry. But it would just be weird if I started stream with already a dono amount made. So that's why I'm like, I always wait. Because I think it makes more sense. Okay. Boom. Did it work? Hopefully. Prage in the chat. Here it is. It's there. Joe Bart for the $200 dono to fucking Ukraine. Dub. That took way longer than I thought it would take. I'm glad it still went through, though. We already hit... Oh, my God. We hit Mini Shield, Jiggle Machine, and extra YouTube video for the week. Our video for the 3. You've helped me with the depression. Decided to give this to you first ever dono. Mason for the 25 to Ukraine. W charity message about philosophy VOD yesterday. Death about being non-existent reminds me of when I had a seizure. Because I felt weird sat in a chair, then my memory cuts to me on a stretcher being wheeled out of my front door like I teleported in space-time. Yeah, it feels way different than just regular sleep when you go through something like that. I mean, I've never had a seizure, but when I was under anesthesia. Timothy for the 5. Soloso, Amelia, and US for the 5. Looking forward to the stream. Savannah for another $150 dono. Oh my fucking God, Savannah, you motherfucking goat. Dub in the fucking chat. Holy fucking shit. Thank you for the 150, Ukraine. We are already at 1,200, not 1,200, 1,021 and 27 cents to Ukraine. We haven't even started the fucking reacts. Goddamn W stream so far. Also, chat, I hate to be that guy. Instead of the mini shield, could I tap my cart? Reasoning. I might be having a beer later tonight, and you're not supposed to have kava and alcohol together because it's bad for your kidneys. And obviously, smoking is not as good, but... I know that that is like two drugs that are not supposed to mix together. So, that was my question. Ooh, for the fucking 35. Thank you for the $35 dono to Ukraine. Leo over for the 10 to Ukraine. As a Ukrainian, from the bottom of my heart, this means so much. Love the content. Have a great night to you and every chatter. Brian for the 1. It's my birthday. I'm 14. Happy birthday, bro. And Joe, all right, that was my dono. I almost just read my dono again. All right, hold up. I gotta go get the Jiggle Machine real quick. Count me down 30 seconds. A very quick Jiggle Machine, and then we're getting into the reacts. Timothy for the 5 to Ukraine. New My Hero Academia season comes out tomorrow. I haven't even finished the most recent one. All right, hold up. Chat. Quick Jiggle Machine. Lock in. All right, Jiggle Machine done. Jiggle Machine done. Quick one. Turn it off. Ugh. All right. Did we also hit the extra YouTube video for the week? We did. When do you guys want the extra YouTube video? Monday or Thursday? Monday or Thursday? Monday or Thursday? Extra YouTube video, Monday or Thursday? Today? We're already uploading today. It's next week. We're already uploading today and Sunday. Spider for the 10! Thank you for the $10 donation to Ukraine. Charity W Extra dub for the Helluva Boss fans. PVT for the 25 to Ukraine. Want to donate what I can to help out. Thank you, Temp for the sub. Evil for the sub. Tim for the... it's 5. I already read that. Monday? All right. Most people are saying Monday. All right, well, let me write that down. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Are we ready to lock in? I have to tap this. Damn, this shit's already low. What the fuck? I bought this like the other day. I got it from my friend. Lock in. PR for the sub. Quickest rejection in button history. Is it laced? I hope not. My friend did try to sell me a fake cart one time. Not the same. Other friend. Other friend. My friend tried to sell me. That's a story time. Hold up. What? Quick little story time. I almost bought laced carts. Like the other day. He was like, man, I got these left over. He was like, I'll just give them to you. He's like, I'll give them to you. You give me like $20. I'll be like, oh yeah, sure. Bring him over. He brings them over, and I'm fucking reading the back of them. Everything is spelled wrong. Like some dude from a foreign country, like, typed out the directions on the box. The fakest fucking... Oh, my God. It looked like I would open it up, hit it one time, and go to a hospital. Cream for the 3. That booty you got on you is the reason Brooke is dating you, goddamn. Teal for the 15 to Ukraine. Also, do you see there's going to be a Kindergarten 3? They're going to make another one. PR for the sub, Def for the 5. Did we even play the second one? Another another word for you similar to... For you similar to... What? What? Another word for you similar to Fike Mysig? What does that even mean? Quickest rejection in button history. Lock-in. A lot of people saying L-Vape. I know it's an L-Vape. It's not a nicotine vape. It's a weed vape. But I still shouldn't smoke. However, I was doing that instead of the mini shield today. My apologies, chat. If you're not 21 and it's not legal in your state, don't smoke marijuana. I'm legally allowed to do so. But it still does have health downsides. You need to recognize those. Lock in. I don't advocate that use. Let's go. I'm unsubbing. You're not even subbed, Leo. You've never even been subbed to me. It's okay though, you know. All right, lock in. All right. Next, I tried experiencing sleep paralysis. You guys sent this in the video suggestion tab so many times. Why anyone would willingly give themselves sleep paralysis is fucking crazy. For those of you that don't know, sleep paralysis is when you wake up and you can't move. You're fucking paralyzed, but you're awake. And sometimes they see things and they can't do anything. It's like it's literally like being paralyzed for an amount of time. Somebody redeemed flex. Lock in. Oh my god, it's Freddy Fazbear!
Holy moly. Oh, so I've been absolutely terrified by sleep paralysis for probably most of my life. My fear of it all started when I watched this Minecraft Storytime video, and while he was playing like Hypixel or something, he was explaining how he's actually had quite a few experiences with sleep paralysis before.
I've had some crazy encounters. I'll see things like a monster at the end of my bed. Just really creepy stuff. And as an actual 9-year-old watching this video,
I don't think I'd be able to sleep, bro. Have any of y'all actually had sleep paralysis? I've woken up and not been able to move. But I've never seen anything. The idea of me waking up and like looking down and seeing like Momo crawling up my bed, but it's not real. Holy fuck.
I was instantly traumatized. I was not the same after this video. I couldn't sleep properly for months. I remember it was to the point where I didn't sleep on my back for like 2 years because I was that scared I was gonna trigger like a sleep paralysis boss fight or something. But now that I'm almost 18 years old now and more handsome and stuff.
You look like the...
I decided I'm gonna try and actually induce sleep paralysis. You know what's crazy is there's gonna be some... How do you even do that? How do you even do that? Like, is there gonna be some fucking Quora form from like 10 years ago? I found out how to give myself sleep paralysis with like 3 upvotes and 1 comment saying, thanks, man, been trying to find this. Like, who the fuck would want to know how to give yourself sleep paralysis? It's the new meta. It's the new munting.
Bottom side of my ass crack.
You don't even have one, Glaby. I would say that I'm actually more brave now and I could for sure take on like a sleep paralysis demon. Oh my god! So today, I'm gonna confront my years of trauma and try to...
I feel like this guy's the type of kid to be like, yeah, no, I could definitely handle a high dose of acid. Have you ever done hallucinogens before? I've never even had a sip of alcohol. Okay, well, this is gonna be a fucking fun ride. And then you see him on one of those cop body cam videos, half naked, running down a street, like, on a stop street, like fucking, not a stop street, like a stop pole, fucking sitting there like, I'm not real, fucking freaking out.
Experience sleep paralysis.
Oh, I could definitely fight my sleep paralysis, Steven.
For myself, which means trying a bunch of methods, filming myself sleeping every night, interviewing a sleep paralysis sufferer, I guess, I don't know, and finally coming face to face with my first sleep paralysis experience. I have goosebumps everywhere. First of all, what actually is sleep?
Yo, you could just fake the fuck out of that though. Like, I could do this video and I'd be like giving myself sleep paralysis. Oh my god. That was terrifying. Just replay that a million times. Like, there's no way you could tell whether or not he is capable of moving. You could just say you couldn't.
So say you're heading to bed. By the way, I'm using Lego Dude as like a demonstration, but sleep paralysis mostly occurs when you're laying on your back and are in the middle of REM sleep, which is just like a fancy word of like the dream stages of sleep. Thanks, Wikipedia. Oh god. And during REM sleep, your body is actually paralyzed, so you don't like act out any of your dreams or anything. That would be wacky. So sleep paralysis is when you wake up during the stage and you're fully conscious and you're fully like aware of your surroundings, but your body is still paralyzed. And dreams and reality start to blur and you can see some redonkulous
What? So you're still, like, your brain still feels like it's asleep?
stuff. You can hallucinate weird noises or can like just see hallucinations around you, which is where all like the memes of like the sleep paralysis demons come in. People report seeing entities like the night hag. He doesn't look very scary though, he kind of looks like a raisin. And also the Hat Man. He looks actually pretty chill.
The Hat Man is not a sleep. I thought the Hat Man was when you took too much Benadryl and you're on the brink of death and everybody said the Hat Man's the fucking Grim Reaper. I have never heard somebody say the Hat Man is a sleep paralysis demon. He's like somebody that fucking comes when you eat 40 Benadryl and think you're gonna fucking die. Well, you probably would die. Dylan and Peanut for the sub, Fro Night for the 3. Imagine you fall asleep, wake up to find a demon touching your arm. That would be horrifying. Dylan Martin for the 10 fucking gifteds. Dylan Martin 0309. Thank you for the fucking 10 gifted subs, bro. Dub in the chat for that. Thank them if you get a sub. And thank you for the fucking 10 gifteds, bro.
There's like a whole myth around being able to like be homies with your sleep paralysis demons. I can't. That's my goal. I want to be friends with the Hat Man, dude. He looks chill. Get me out of here. Anywho, this here was my first of many attempts, and well, no love.
Wait, hold up. I gotta respond to my manager, and I want to pause the video because I need to fucking watch this. Okay, lock back in.
Rats. Yeah, this is gonna take longer than I thought. So to catch my sleep paralysis boss fight encounter on video, I had to find a way to record myself sleeping, so I went to the store and found this like indoor security camera for
Whoa, Zooey Mama. I'm not that committed to making this video, bucko.
So instead, I made a new YouTube account and decided to set up a live stream and record myself every night, so I have a full 7-hour
Oh, hell no. What if somebody just pulled up to the live stream and watched him sleep?
of myself sleeping. And obviously I had to make sure to always have the stream on private.
Oh, it's public. Oh god. Is anyone watching? Whoopsie daisies.
Then I turned on the first stream and just started.
Somebody tunes in when he's fucking paralyzed. Oh! Oh! Martin, I see you're here. Martin, I can't move. I don't know why I can talk right now. Totally for the 1,000 biddies, says Uwu for us. No, and Dylan for the 1,000 biddies. Love the streams has been helping me out through some tough time being away from family and girlfriend while watching from the army. Well, I hope the army's okay, and I'm sorry you've been dealing with that stuff, man. But I'm glad I'm able to help. Kabussy for the sub.
Sleeping.
Thank you for the gifteds and the fucking biddies.
And it's so weird knowing there's like a 3-foot tall tripod just watching you while you sleep. It jump scared me a few times, I'm not gonna lie. And bro, filming yourself sleeping is actually so weird. I had no idea how much of an ugly sleeper I was. I was sleeping in some really weird positions, and I looked like a seal half the time as well.
Ladies, make sure you message me. My number is...
Yo, Dylan, thank you for the 10 subs again. Dylan Martin 0309, you fucking menace. Thank you for the fucking subs, Dylan Martin. I appreciate that shit. Thank you.
But the next few days was just a ton of trial and error. Like I followed a ton of YouTube tutorials that were saying to lay on your back and keep your body really relaxed while still keeping an active mind. And it was kinda working.
Ruz for the subs, dude, as well. Thank you, RuzDB, for the 10 gifteds, man. 271 subs total to the channel. Thank you for the 10 gifteds, bro. I appreciate that. What the fuck? And I hate for the sub. Dylan for the 5 gifteds as well. Y'all do not need to be gifting this many subs. Thank you for the subs. Dylan Martin, Ruz. Thank you, guys. And Solomon for the 1 to Ukraine. Can you unban me? I'll look at your unban, but I'm not going to unban you just because you gave Ukraine $1. No. And totally, thank you for the 5 gifteds. X-Slaves for the sub. D-Dog for the 4. How long have you been doing videos for? I don't know. Probably if you're referencing TikTok since I was in high school in 2020. If you're referencing YouTube, probably like actual videos like 2021 maybe. Yo, Ruz, thank you for the 5 gifteds. Y'all do not need to be gifting this many subs. Eat for the sub. All right, lock in.
Excuse me, what the hell was that?
Trying to purposely get something you've been terrified of for years is a really weird feeling. For the first few attempts, my heart was bumping, dude. I was pretty weirded out, but after a while, I got comfortable with the cameras and stuff. Maybe a little bit too much. So the method I was using to induce sleep paralysis was basically, I was trying to just relax my body completely, no matter what. I was getting so many itches around the place, and I couldn't scratch them because the body sends signals like itches to say like,
Hey, are you still awake?
and if you ignore them and with time, your body enters the paralysis, you get to say hello to the Hat Man and give him a link to my YouTube channel. I wasn't gonna say a passionate makeout.
Your bed on your back with your arms on your side. After about 10-15 minutes.
I might just be wasting time here. It's actually crazy though.
I need it. I'm gonna Google an induced sleep paralysis YouTube video. God, the jokes are induced sleep paralysis. How to induce sleep paralysis. How to get sleep paralysis in 3
So,
easy steps.
this video is going to show you how to get sleep paralysis. Possible steps, follow them at your own risk. Let's get started. Step 1. Prepare. You can skip this step if you're already in bed, but it does occur more often in the middle of the night, during the REM stage of sleep. This is when you dream. And set
Yo, chat, should I try and give myself sleep paralysis?
sleep. Step 3. Enter sleep paralysis.
Bro, that's not telling me how to get into it. Totally and Monkey for the sub, Bryce for the 3. First thing I say on a date is, what's your credit score?
Younger me
And Bruce
would be
for the sub.
terrified to attempt this. I guess like my fear of it has kind of turned into a curiosity over the years. Like I've heard so many creepy stories around people seeing demons and stuff. And actually, my friend Harrison, awesome guy by the way, you guys should check out his channel, has told me that he's actually had quite a few recent experiences with sleep paralysis. Like when I was telling him I was doing a sleep paralysis video, he was like, ugh, I hate sleep paralysis. And I was like, what the fuck? So while past Cody is on his 7th attempt,
I'm just gonna lay flat on my back and just ignore every little scratch that I have.
let's speak to Harrison about some of his encounters. Oh god. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with fellow friend Harris. A fly just hit my face. He is a victim of sleep paralysis. I have a few questions here.
Let's go.
Make sure to get you chocolate delight in the toilet, not on the ground. Go to town. Ouch. My hands are cramping. I don't know the last time I've written on a piece of paper. Lol. Subscribe.
Okay. How long have you been having sleep paralysis for?
Okay, so for some reason, I don't know why, it's been happening in like only the past sort of year. Most people say that if you want to get sleep paralysis, get it by sleeping on your back. Personally, that's never happened to me. I've always got it sleeping on my side, and it's always when I face the wall for some reason.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I will go to bed, and then I'll get up at like.
Dude, the most common times I have ever had sleep paralysis is when I fall asleep on an airplane and I wake up seated like this. And I can't fucking move. I can't move my head. I can't move my body. It's like it weighs 1,000 pounds. I sit here and I go, what the fuck? What the fuck? Just in my head for like 10 seconds and I go, finally lift my shit up. Dylan for the 1,100 biddies. Glad I still got to go home in 25 days, counting them down. You definitely, you can definitely do basic training. It's so easy. I had a smaller set guy that even had training in the Army called Fat Camp. It's for the big people. They have a separate training in the Army for people that are overweight. NVM for the sub, GG for the sub. Colin for the fucking $110 to Ukraine. Colin Donnelly. Thank you for the fucking 110 to Ukraine. Thank them. Or not thank them. Fuck. I'm saying thank them if you got a sub. It's just I go on autopilot. Thank you for the fucking 110. Colin Donnelly to Ukraine. That is crazy. Mr. Mullet for the 25 to Ukraine as well. Here's some spare change. Can't catch the stream, but I'll watch a VOD later. Dub. Monkeys for the sub. And thank you for the fucking $110 dono. Colin Donnelly. You motherfucking goat, dude. I appreciate that. Holy shit. Okay. Lock in here. Gunner for the 3. NVM for the sub.
6:30
Dylan, thank you for the 5 gifteds.
a.m. I'll just get up, take a piss, I'll go back to bed, and then it feels like 20 minutes later, I'll wake up, and then all of a sudden, I'm stuck. I can't move. Like, only thing I can do is just open my eyes and wiggle my toes very briefly. I'll generally hear a voice of someone that I know very closely, but it's very demonic. Like,
Is it
for
like,
example,
is it like, Harrison, you just took a piss, man? Huh?
No, it's
The disturbing world of pet psychics. The Sage for the sub. I low-key want to finish that, though. I low-key want to finish that. Why did you guys send that so many times in the video suggestion tab? It was a hard watch. It was. It was a hard watch. It was just the constant butting in. Does he say things like, Harris said, yeah, I gotta take a piss. Harris said, skibbity toilet. Does he ever say, just stone cold face too? Just actually, does he ever make jokes like that? Not skibbity toilet, only in Ohio. Lego Man, FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's. I kind of want to finish it. I'm gonna, Chad, I said we finish the video. On God, though, we finish the video. On God, though, we finish the video. Chat, trust. It gets better. Chat, trust. I don't even know where the video is. I lost it. How did I lose the video? How did I lose the video? Here it is. Oh God, let me have it.
No, it's like really like dark, like extremely dark. Demon voice of my brother's outside, and then it's just like Harrison, you know, Harrison, and then I'm just there, and I can't move. I try to wiggle out of it because it scares the shit out of me.
Have you had like an experience that like isn't scary? Because I've seen like, I feel like whenever you're paralyzed, you kind of panic, so you think of scary stuff.
No, there's always generally something coming to attack me. In a sleep paralysis, the one that I've always had. So yeah, speaking of that, maybe like 20 seconds later, I'll finally like break out of it and be like, oh fuck, I just had another sleep paralysis.
What in tarnation? Any warnings or like tips for me? Because I'm like voluntarily trying to do this. So.
Should I try and rizz up the hat, man? When that, should I? Do you have any tips and tricks for when the hat man comes and sees me? Should I rizz him up?
Okay. Number 1. Watch horror movies, like right before you go to bed. Number 2, think of terrifying scenarios. Like, think there's like something in your room, like watching you. Think of like the thing that scares you most.
Oh my God, I used to feel like a presence like all the time. I used to be scared of like stuff like that. Oh, I don't, I don't like that feeling.
Well, you gotta go back to feeling those presences. Just. My third tip is like try to wake up during REM sleep, because when you're in REM sleep, you're paralyzed. And that is what causes that paralysis when you wake up, even though your brain thinks you're still asleep.
I got like pins and needles all over. I was feeling like kind of sharp pains like here. That was the closest one yet. Ooh.
Well, man, thank you for talking about your stuff. Hopefully you don't get it again, and hopefully I get it.
Hopefully I don't get it again, but I hope you have the most terrifying, horrifying sleep paralysis ever that scars you mentally.
Haha, you know what? That's freaking awesome. I think I'm scared of sleep paralysis again. Holy shit. But I tried what Harrison suggested, starting with watching horror movies before bed, which actually seemed pretty...
Bro, but it is not scary. I feel like, what's like a good horror movie to watch if you're trying to give yourself sleep paralysis? The Terrifier and Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2, and Smile. Back to back. The Insidious series.
Pretty promising. Didn't do much though, kind of just made me have really weird dreams.
I suppose was like threatening to kill her, so he ran her over with a car. It was pretty crazy though.
I can't, dude, I can't. Is that an ad? No, it's a fucking thing with a hat, man. Oh, he's dreaming about the green M&M. Oh, the green M&M no longer has the sexy boots and removed them with the plaid heels. What is this? What is this world that we live in now where the green M&M can no longer be a sex icon?
Let's get the shit out of me. I have a confession. I'm getting really impatient. I've been recording myself sleeping for like 8 nights now.
I feel like it's just more common for some people, you know? I don't want to say it's a genetic thing, but I would probably assume that people that get sleep paralysis, like I don't get it often. Like I've only gotten it on planes like twice because I'm just sitting, and that might even just be just because I'm sitting in a shitty position. And then on top of that, I had it like one time ever. It's not. I feel like it's not something you just make yourself have.
Oh, including my naps as well. I'm a napper, dude. I love napping. There's probably like 14 live streams. My parents' internet bill. Oh man, it's gonna hurt.
But don't worry, kittens. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna be getting sleep paralysis at some point.
I'm at my mum's right now for a few days, and I freaking found this. Okay, look what I found. So I found a video on YouTube.com. I don't know if you know the website. And it's called the Virtual Sleep Paralysis Experience. So it's basically just like a 360 audio of creepy stuff, I guess. It's like hallucinations that you might like hear in sleep paralysis. So let's try this thing.
So he's just gonna fall asleep to fucking monster noises. I mean, that might induce it. Dude, just playing the dude, actually just listen to that fucking monster noises playlist that I always fucking have. Hold up. Like, if I fell asleep to this, I think I'd get sleep paralysis in one day. Like, if I was just like... Like, that shit would definitely give it to you.
Oh, diggity dog, oh, diggity dog. Dude, I get freaked out by like the 360 door knock sound effect. Let alone whatever this is gonna be. Let's do it, okay?
Oh, I'm nervous. Oh my god.
Hey, yo, sleep paralysis. Yeah. Hey, yo, sleep paralysis. Into sleep, which is going to be the best time to induce this thing.
So I set an alarm for 4 hours? It is so hard being a YouTuber, oh my god.
And I was curious to see if this method was...
Dude, I just want to see how he reacts when he gets
gonna work.
Like, if that shit seems real.
I just had a dream about...
Now, I think I just had sleep paralysis.
It's 3 a.m. You can't make that shit up. I'm way too like jittery to sleep. Hopefully I can sleep though.
And well, there you have it.
My long-time childhood fear has been conquered, and this video's...
What? What?
Dude, I'm going to cinematic mode for this one. Look at them.
I didn't see like a huge shadow figure in my room or anything, but it was terrifying. Like before I heard the noise, I saw a lot of patterns in my eyes. Like it kind of looked like this. I heard this like, and as soon as I heard the noise, I instantly tried to get up, but my body was so heavy. Like the feeling kind of reminds me of like being buried in sand and then you trying to like.
God, he likes every comment. Holy shit. I mean, it's a very interesting video concept. I feel like it's just like, you can't really make yourself have sleep paralysis. Tom for the sub, Solomon for the 1. Do you believe in Jesus in a historical context? Yeah. D-Dog for the 3. Do I believe that Jesus existed? Yes. The song was from Silent Hill 1 or 2. Loud Live for the 3. Just tuned in. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday, bro. The Sage and I don't know for the sub. All right, next. The disturbing world of pet psychics.
Welcome back to the PapaMeat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're talking about our pets. Wow, I'd do anything.
What was that in your search? I think it was monster noises or sleep paralysis. I was trying to find the video.
For my little pupper. I'd do anything for my
buddy tweaking.
For my little kitty cat, right? We all love our pets, and hell, I think that we all agree that they're an extension of ourselves, members of our family. Not mine, dude. They're animals. But today we're talking about something very kind of interesting that I just found out about that is called a pet psychic.
Dude, I loved watching the Pet Whisperer like TV channel, or not TV channel, TV show on like Animal Planet when I was a kid. And it would be this like very confident, like slicked back hair, middle-aged man, just like, Oh, your chihuahua isn't listening to you. Oh, let me help you out here. And he'll go and he'll like talk to the dog. Yeah, the dog whisperer. And he'd be like, you should really be listening to your owner. And then it would bite him. It would just latch on. Just literally like he's just acting like he knows how to speak to this animal. And he's like, you have to learn how to be a better, just latches on. And he just goes, and he just like kicks it. And he goes, hush, hush, hush. What? Like he's like teaching the dog. It's literally just training. It's not even like he's not a psychic. He's not even whispering to the dog. He's just teaching the dog how to fucking act normal because the owners don't teach the fucking dog, right? Like every one of those videos that they would have when it would be like, "Oh, my dog bites people." Did you ever train your dog? No. What? What the fuck? So you just had like a rabid animal like yeah, no, we got him when he was like 6 weeks old, and we just kind of like, you know, would leave food out for him. And he just like he was never nice to us. Maybe because you just didn't train him to do fucking anything. And now your dog sucks, right? That's why. That's why your dog fucking sucks, okay? That's why it bites people. Eyes in Vic for the sub.
Mute energy blocks that I can feel in an animal.
Which I feel like maybe in the back of my mind, I've heard the...
Dude, I gotta find the one where the owner gets bit. Dog whisperer gets bitten. It was probably like a fucking big dog, too. This shit's probably gonna be copyrighted, so I'm muting it. He, like, feeds the dog, and it, like, starts snapping at him. And he's like, bracing, and he's like, hush, hush, hush. Like, he's, like, trying to, like, hush it. And he acts so normal to the dog. And I think it just fucking bites him. Where does it bite him? It just fucking bites his hand, dude. Yeah. Right there. Hold up. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. It just bites. He's like, oh, look, the dog's so nice. And then it just fucking bites it. And then it just bites his hand. And he stands there and he's like, well, this is a problem, isn't it? As his hand's just fucking bleeding. You're really gonna have to teach your dog a little bit. I think we're gonna need more sessions.
The phrase said, or maybe even in a piece of media or something, but it hasn't really come to my attention how real pet psychics are. Because we've heard of regular psychics, you know, that they read your palms, or they tell you the future. I don't know what the fuck psychics do, but
I feel like most regular psychics are like low-key cult leaders. Like people that are like self-proclaimed gurus that like help you with like your spiritual endeavor end up being like, why don't we all just live together and, you know, maybe, you know, share a living space and maybe I could, you know, possibly sleep with you even though you have a husband and you give me a percentage of your salary every year and then I don't have to work. Oh, I don't know. Maybe then we could all just, you know, grow and bond together and that would be...
I didn't know that people specifically were able to speak to your pets. It blew my mind a little bit, if I'm being completely honest.
What she's sharing with me, that she has a high level of anxiety.
Bro, it's a goddamn chicken. It's a goddamn chicken. There is nothing going on up there. You could maybe say that about like a border collie or a horse or some shit. No shot you're telling me that you read a chicken's mind and it said it had anxiety. No shit, chickens have anxiety, bro. They get murdered. They're fucking weak and easily die to almost any predator that could possibly want to kill them. They can't fucking defend themselves.
So without further ado, we want to get in and see just where exactly does this pet psychic thing start and where is it going? Where is it at? I need to know.
Wait! Before we go back into the video, I want to thank today's sponsor.
I'm sorry, Papa. I'm skipping.
You get condiment bottles for free. Also have a flavor raw meat, but you gotta do me a solid. You have to
he has his own fucking energy flavor. What is that, Gamer Subs?
And especially with our flavor raw meat, but you gotta do me a solid. You have to use promo code PapaMeat at checkout to get such a beautiful, luxurious deal. So please head on over to Gamer Subs, check out my new
that is pretty cool.
And just let them know that I sent you. All right? Thank you so much, Gamer Subs. Enjoy all the beautiful, beautiful gamer energy and beautiful products. Back to the video. I mean, have you ever been in a position where you're like, you look at your dog, you're like, what are you doing? Are you okay? And I think there's...
Bro, my dog throwing... I feel like your dog throwing up is just the most... It's, like, sad, but you're also just like, bro, come on. That made no sense. Yo, if this becomes a YouTube video, editor, cut that the fuck out. Cut that the fuck out. That made no sense. Let me re-explain. If you have a dog, the most annoying thing is when they're about to throw up, and you don't want to get mad at them, right? Because it's not their fault they're going to throw up. But they never just puke, okay? Dogs never just go and just puke. It's always like a... And, like, they do it for 20 seconds. And they know they're going to throw up, but then they just, like, puke on your carpet. Like, you just wish they would have the consciousness to be like, let me outside before I throw up. And, like, my dog, if my dog's about to puke, I'll be like, come on, we gotta move before you throw up. And she won't move. She's like a rock, dude. Full-on plants. Wherever she's standing is where she's throwing up, okay? I can't move my dog. There has been so many times where I know my dog's going to throw up because she's making that noise. And I'm like, yo, let's go outside. Let's go outside. No, just like palm, like fucking paws gripping the ground, just planted. Just like a fucking boulder. Just getting ready to fucking vomit everything they ate in the last 2 days and then attempt to eat it. I hate that. Dude, dogs, I don't know if other people's dogs do this. My dog, if she throws up, she'll try and eat it. Vivid for the 5. First stream, come to YouTube. You're my favorite streamer. Recently had throat surgery. You made my journey way better. Thank you for everything. Dub. And I hope the recovery goes well. And Russ, thank you for the 5 gifteds, Russ. I appreciate that. Or the 10 gifteds. Thank you for the 10 gifteds, Russ DB. Anonymous for the 1. On senior trip day, a kid walked on our football field with a gun and we went into lockdown. That is insane. Did they get expelled? Eyes for the sub.
There's something wrong with them. Pet Psychic's perfect for that because they'll be able to sit there, they look at the dog, fucking explode its head. They look at your dog and they're just like, your dog hates you. He fucking thinks you're the worst person ever. Fuck you. A pet psychic or animal communicator are people who claim to be able to psychically communicate with animals living or dead.
Living or dead? They could communicate with my dead dog.
But how is it done exactly, you're probably wondering. You're probably scratching your little head. It's like, how does that even work? Well, let me tell you. There are many ways people claim to communicate to animals. Some claim to use photos of the animals. Doesn't matter if they're living or dead. If they see the animal in a picture, they're going to be able to talk right to it. And others claim they need to see the animal in person.
Do you think they're like con artists? Or do you, I mean, they are con artists, but do you think they're like knowingly con artists and in their head they're like, this shit's fake as fuck? Or do you think they actually believe they can communicate to the animal? Because I believe some pet psychics genuinely believe that they're talking to like an animal, when in reality they're just literally making it up in their own head. And they like believe like that what they wrote down was what their fucking dead dog named Schnookum from fucking 1990 wanted to convey. Your dog Fluffy said you need to pay your taxes. What?
Person or needs something of value that the animal held dear, which is, I'm guessing, a bone?
Sweater?
A dog sweater? Do you think dogs like the sweaters that they're put in? I don't think they do.
No.
People who
they
are
fucking hate it. I put my dog in like Christmas outfits and she gets fucking pissed.
Curious to their dog's wants, needs, opinions, gender identity. Yes, these things, people are curious about it. I knew a kid one time, he left his dog out like a beautiful border collie. He was out in the yard, whatever, and a guy in a fucking Jeep just hopped out and grabbed him. And we were there on the back deck. And they're like, no, God! And they drove off. It was fucking terrible. It was horrifying. It didn't affect me the most because
he kidnapped their dog? Yo, I'd kill somebody. Flat out. If I was like taking my dog out and some dude in a van pulled over and yoinked my dog, I would go to the ends. I would be John Wick. I would go. I swear to God, I'd go to the ends of the earth to get that motherfucker. Holy shit, it would be over. Oh my God, you can't. Even if they don't kill the dog, even if they just take it and they're gonna try and keep it as their own, you know what I'd hope? I'd hope my dog would bite their fucking nuts off. I'd hope that if somebody tries to, my dog wouldn't do that. My dog would piss all over herself and go, fucking get all happy. My dog, dude, I swear to God, my dog will get mad at people that like look sketchy or something, but for the most part, anybody, she'll just be like, oh hey, just all nice.
Because it wasn't my dog. I remember I had a flip phone at the time and I texted
I don't want a dog. I don't want one of those dogs that like hates other people, but I want a dog that has like a, and then it'll like attack them, right? I would love to teach my dog to do that. Not Daisy, but like a Rottweiler. I'd get like a big American Rottweiler and just teach it to just fucking attack someone. Just in case, right? I'd never use it, but I could just go, or some shit. Just say like a grunt, and it would like just fucking haul ass. But imagine you like sneeze or cough. It would have to be a word that doesn't sound like anything else. Imagine you make it like something very simplistic, like get 'em. And you're like playing a video game or some shit, and you're like friends over, and you're like, oh my God, just fucking get him. And then your dog just fucking just actually attacks your friend.
My mom, I flipped that thing open. I was like texting. I could barely do it, but I remember trying to do it, being like, should you come pick me up? Their dog just got stolen. It took me like 15 minutes to write it. And one of the last big reasons that you would have a pet psychic is just wondering why your pet does something. Maybe your pet shits all over one particular area of the room, and you're like, why? Why do you do this? Lo and behold, pet psychics are here to help. There's amateur pet psychics, and then there's also professional animal psychics.
And he literally said 3 times, pay attention to me, pay attention to me, pay attention to me.
Yeah. On Reddit, there's art/pet psychics who infrequently post content.
650 members.
Actually been a while. I don't know if the mod is dead or not, but it's there, but I don't think anyone's really running it anymore. Amateur pet psychics will give cold readings on animals based on a picture. So you could submit a picture and they would tell you how horrible you are about treating
Wolfie showed me he's just north of you. Their fucking cat went missing. Wolfie showed me he's north of you. It's an old photo. How are you reading where the cat went from an old photo? Wolfie showed me he's just north of you. He's fairly close by. He's okay, but he's scared. He showed me what he looked like, broken crates or busted boards, and he appears hunkered down under or behind them. Yo, get the fuck out of here.
your dog. I really don't think there's many positive ones, is one I found. You know what I mean?
90% of them is my dog died. Can I talk to them?
Yeah, a lot of the posts are going to be people being like, my dog died. I want to talk to them. And they're just like, no. I can talk to him, and he does not want to talk to you. You can also go on r/mediums, where people claim to hear from animals seeking their people. Which, dude, I feel like those motherfuckers would just move on really quick. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely in the afterlife. If you went away from your dog, because the whole don't they say that dogs are like whenever you leave them, they're like, oh good, they're never coming back. They think you're dead or whatever. So they're already kind of moving on anyway. Like, every time that you leave the house, they're already grieving. I'm like, how many times can those little motherfuckers really care?
I would actually disagree with that. I've seen so many stories. Like, have y'all heard about that? Like one Asian man who worked at like a shop and was with his dog like every day, every night, forever, and he ended up like passing away in like a car crash or something, and the dog like sat by the shop front every day waiting for him, like sad as hell, for like 6 years until he died. Like sad as shit. The dog for the 5. You inspire me to pursue my dreams. Keep up the hard work. Joaquin for the 3. How do I ask a girl to be my girlfriend? We've gone on a couple dates towards the end of the school year, so how do I do it? Ask her, hey, do you want to start dating? We go on another date Tuesday. Just ask her. Unreplied for the sub.
All right, he's gone. He's dead again. Okay, well, how many more times are we going to do this dance? Or you can go on r/psychics, where people are asking for help for all sorts of issues with their pets. Which, let's look. I just want to see some of these. So these are all from various Reddit posts of people looking. So here's this one. A person asks, is my dog possessed by a human spirit? Okay. Is my dog possessed by a human spirit? He says, ever since I got my dog, he's always felt human-like. What does that mean? Do you actually believe that?
Yeah, what does that mean, though? They're more intelligent, is what I would assume. Like, your dog is smarter than the other dog that you had previously.
Like, let's cut the shit. This is Nick's post. I just want to put this out there. The guy behind the camera, this is his post on the source. What does that mean? What do you mean your dog's felt human?
When I look at him, I feel like I'm staring at a human.
When you look at him, you feel like you're looking at a person? Okay. People might look at their dog and they're like, oh, I connect with him on a human level, but you're saying like, I see a man.
I see a person behind those eyes. I see a fucking human soul.
There is a human being inside my dog's body. All right. I don't know how to explain it, but his eyes and demeanor are very human, which I will.
It does look weird. The dog looks more creepy than human. Like, that would bother me if my dog stared at me like that.
Eyes and demeanor are very human, which I will say.
Yeah, like a skinwalker. Like your dog went missing. I always think about that, bro. You ever let your dog out late at night? They run out. You don't hear them for a little bit. They come back. That thing could have fucking ate. That could be the thing, dude. That thing could have ate your dog, and now it's not your dog anymore.
Dog he's talking about is his dog Teddy. Here's a picture of him. I don't know what it's about it. I think the photo doesn't really do it justice. In person, it is a very haunting kind of like. He's cute, but at the same time, you kind of question it because you're like, I feel like I'm calling it like a human being cute. That is true. He has a 1,000-yard stare that is unsettling, and he doesn't act like a normal dog either. How does he not act like a normal dog?
Never wags his tail. He never barks.
That is so haunting.
That's like depressing.
That's actually true. That is so fun. A dog who has never once wagged his tail. Can you imagine that? Never barks. It's just quiet. He just stands. He's very calm and serious looking all the time. He never wags his tail and is stoic. The vet says that's just his personality, but I've never seen a dog like this before.
The vet says it's just his personality, but I think there's a human inside of him. I think it might be my grandma Gertrude. She passed away right before I got him. I think it might be her.
Sometimes I'll catch him staring at me and I get chills down my spine. I love my dog, but sometimes
I can't change in the same room as my dog because of it. I feel like my grandma's watching me.
Something is off about him. A few times I've caught him watching TV on my bed and he gets upset when I turn the TV off. He also doesn't like pictures being taken and gets angry when I point the phone at him. One time he snapped at me for taking this picture. See below. Can anyone help? You really painted a fucking evil picture for this dog, dude. You painted a really... Look at that fucking... Which luckily, these pet psychics on the internet, you're lucky that people were able to respond. Which we have a user by Book of Black Dreams. That's a good psychic name. Which he said a long time ago when I was a kid, my former stepfamily was deeply into traditional witchcraft. That is a crazy first sentence, all right? I was told that familiars are animal bodies possessed by the spirit of a demon or a human. My stepbrother told me this story about going to another witch's house and her dog was sitting at the table eating human food and appeared to understand everything.
That would freak me the fuck out. If I went to my friend's house and there was a dog seated on like the dining room table seats just like eating like regular food and just like kind of like looking back and forth as people are like conversing, I would, oh my God, I'd fucking free. You could not convince me, oh, that's just our dog. I would actually think that was a fucking demon.
Every word.
That'd be cool. That'd be fucking weird. That'd be like Ted.
You responded, do you think my dog could be a familiar? I got him from Craigslist ads, so maybe his previous owners dabbled into witchcraft as well. He's not dangerous, do you think? You motherfucker, you threw the fishing pole out there, didn't you? The look in his eyes is so intense. I don't feel like his spirit is malicious at all. I'm getting that he's been through a lot, and he just wants to have a low-key, relaxing life, and he appreciates you.
Bro, that's every dog. He wants to have a low-key, relaxing life. What dog is living a fucking... a busy work-entailed life? Maybe like a fucking sheep herder. The average dog is just fucking chilling. Doing absolutely canine units, yeah. Police dogs and like farm dogs work. But that's not even a working dog. That looks like a Cocker Spaniel or some shit. I don't even know what those are called.
As a medium, I do believe it's possible that our soul can incarnate into a human or animals, even fractions of our souls. I think his soul is very masculine and it actually gives me chills to see how human-like his eyes are. Whole girl's getting fucking bricked up over here, huh? It's like you're looking into the eyes of another person, so I totally understand what you mean. I do not think this is anyone related to you that has passed on to the other side, but a wise spirit that is reincarnating on a different path than before. Ooh. That's kind of fun. A very serious one at that. You guys were meant to cross paths. You've been through some shit and will continue to experience life together. You've been through some shit. What have you been through, Nick? You've been through some stuff? What is she right on that? Have you...
Damn, do I think Daisy's been through some shit? No. I think Daisy is a fucking a clean new slate. I think my old dog went through some shit. My old dog was like sad. Daisy will look at me sometimes, though, and it's like, it really trips me out, right? Especially if I'm, like, really high. My dog will look at me like she knows. And I feel, then I'm like, don't look at me like that. I've said that before. Like, don't look at me like that. I'll put my hand up. And then she'll walk up to me. She's, like, shaming me.
Is her psychic abilities, is it really... Oh, yeah? Oh, I've been through some stuff. I like how someone just said no. Here's another one that says, I just found this injured moth. I'm trying to help it. Would anyone be able to help me?
Fuck off, dude. You're acting about a psychic. What it needs / wants right now, it's a fucking moth, dude.
With asking it what it needs wants right now.
It would probably die in a day.
It very much has a will to live. It wants to fly. It's like the moth actually does not want to die. Perhaps let it rest safely and comfortably and provide appropriate accommodations for it to be able to leave again when it wants to. Thank you so much. Is it possible to ask if it would want to take it back where I found it? I could also bring it to a nice park and plenty of flowers.
How are you gonna ask it, bro? Oh my God, is this person just gonna go... and fucking communicate psychically with a moth from fucking 4,000 miles away? A fucking bug? That thing doesn't have a consciousness.
God, dude, Jesus. I would take it to the most beautiful park and I'd put it on the prettiest little flower. If I was a pet psychic, I'd be like, dude, I already... put it outside. It'll be fine. I urgently need help with this person. I want to know why he does what he does and how to stop it.
The fuck?
Can someone please help? He is walking on extremely thin ice, and this is my last resort. I've tried everyone else. The picture of the cat
cat's
is like
being bad.
It feels like the person's like taking the photo, and they're like, "Okay, God, fine." Could you please share more? What do you mean he's walking on thin ice? That's pretty good. Even the mediums on that one, even like the fucking tarot card readers and shit, they're just like, What do you mean he's walking on thin ice? He is extremely aggressive. 98% of the time he's okay.
He's a fucking cat. Aren't most cats fairly, like, wanting to do their own thing? Yeah, if he's running up to you and attacking you, that's one thing. But I feel like for the most part, cats just live in your house. They're just like squatters. Like dogs are like your roommates and friends. A cat is like a homeless guy that like lives in your attic and comes down once in a while to like eat food and might say a word or two and then like scurries back up. Real for the sub 10 tacos for the 3. This shit is so bad I'm literally sweating, tearing, and all my clothes are gone. Help me. Are you having a bad shit? The Cajun Salt for the sub, D-Dog for the 3. I think I read that.
98, but that 2%. I'm desperate to find out why and to get through through to him that this is not okay. If he carries on like this, he'll be euthanized. God!
They're gonna fucking kill him. They're gonna fucking kill. So instead of like trying to train their cat or like have any form of reformation, they're going to a fucking Reddit forum to ask psychics to fix their cat, or they're gonna fucking euthanize them.
Holy shit! If he carries on like this, I'm going to kill. He'll be put. I'm going to throw him in little cat gas chamber, and he'll die. Never in my life would I think I would consider this, but it is out of control. He lacks for nothing. I like how the medium's like, I'd like to help, but a behavioral change this extreme sounds like it calls for a thorough medical checkup. Even the vet.
It could be a brain tumor.
A thorough medical checkup. Even the like pet psychic's just like, you probably need to like actually get some fucking real help for your cat here. If you're so like, he's got to be euthanized. I like it's like, instead of just being like, I can't anymore, please just take him, maybe someone else will adopt him, they're like, he has to be put down. This beast is just too evil to be left alive. Feeling a unique connection with this stray. Was this cat meant for me? Like I was just a cat behind.
Dude, I love petting stray cats. Oh my god. I don't love cats, but whenever I see like a stray cat, I will always try to get that fucker to come up to me. I don't care. And everybody always is like, oh, they have like fucking fleas and disease. I'm like, I don't give a shit, bitch. Oh my god. Okay, they're gonna give me fleas and whatever. Like, and you remember when I told y'all the story? I posted a picture of it when it happened. I pull up and I park, right? I open my door and I'm sitting on my phone. I don't even notice the cat. It jumps up onto my lap in my car, starts going in my back seat and shit. And it's like purring and shit. It doesn't have a collar. It doesn't have anything. It's just a random fucking cat. I was like, oh my god. And I saw it every day for like a week. And I don't know if it was a he or a she, but it would roll over and it would like show its belly to me. I was like, dude, this is not even a cat. This is just a fucking dog. This thing is so nice.
A fucking trash can. The cat's like, I've been out here for days, please let me inside.
There was this one cat when I used to go to St. Martin, and it had one eye, and I would see it every time, and me and him would chill. And I would look at him, and I'd be like, you've been through some shit. You went through the fucking ring. Because it had a scar. It was like it fought, and it lost its eye, right? But I think it won, right? I don't want to believe that cat lost its eye and then left. I feel like it killed that other cat, but it lost its eye in the process. You know, it has like a battle wound, and it's probably dead now, and that really upsets me. But I remember I would see that cat when I was like 15, and I was like, you know, I respect you.
Hi everyone. This stray was annoying to me.
It was a tough ass cat
at first, but yeah, like I like looks outside, there's like, goddamn cat. But something told me to give him another chance. I saw him laying down in the leaves, and something told me to sit down and try to befriend him. With some catnip and food, it worked. That's strange. That's strange that catnip and food helped. There must be some kind of weird spiritual connection between us. Last night he came again, and we spent about 30 minutes just sitting near each other, sometimes exchanging stares. Okay, I feel like we're getting kind of okay, we're getting into some like weird rom-com territory. She's like sitting next to him. She's just like, I decided to name him Hades. If that helps to connect a little better. Black cat named Hades. You know what? I don't like the name. What I got almost instantly was an image of flames and fire. Wow.
All right. Chat, I enjoyed the video. However, thoughts on going to the next. We have a lot of videos left, and I feel like it is slightly going to be the same thing with just a bunch of dogs. Potato for the 5. I do love PapaMeat, though. Still my favorite YouTuber, but we have a million other videos that we got to get through. Potato for the 5. Sometimes my dog stands on its hind legs and just starts chanting in Latin. Yeah, no, same. Real for the 3. I've been watching since 100K on TikTok. I was in the blowing up 200 balloons live for 200K. It was awesome. That shit was not awesome, but that's crazy that you were there. In hindsight, that video or that live stream sucked totally for the sub. Yeah, no, that's when I used to go on TikTok live, and I remember I would like eat Cheerios for fucking TikTok coins. And I remember I made like $100 on TikTok one day, and I like shit myself. And I remember I went to school that next day, and I was like fucking bragging to my friends. I was like, dude, I made like $50 on TikTok. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, dude. You know, it's just a grind, you know? I know you wouldn't get it, but it was fucking sick. All right. Anyways, I have to piss real quick. Then we're going to hop into the next video. Count me down 30 seconds, chat. Oh. All right. We're back. What are we at donut goal-wise? We're $2,693.92 for Ukraine dub for that. Next video. Lock in. The art of dumbing down.
Freedom of jail gone. But I knew, I'm like, yo, this is the one. This is exactly what y'all was looking for.
Such a fucking pussy. We live in the greatest nation on earth. Thank you, America.
Hillary Clinton is a great woman and a good woman.
Well, had a heart attack. Get the fuck up. Fuck home.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Bro already said Elvid. You're an L fucking chatter, dude. Oh my god. Get the fuck out, bro. The exact chatters I don't want to be fucking spamming. Bro, we even get through the intro, dude. Like, I appreciate that you're watching me, yo. But, like, oh my god. The fact you just said Elvid. We're not even fucking 30 seconds in.
I think that's the case right there. I maybe have to dumb down my lyrics just a little bit.
He's joking, bro. Chill. Dude, the amount of people that do that is it fucking insane. All right, unban him. Unban him, mods. Sorry, we don't know if he was joking or not, but I'm just gonna fucking ban. I'm gonna time him out. I'm gonna ban him if they just fucking spam Elvid 20 seconds in. It's just annoying. Regardless of whether or not it's a joke. Right? Regardless. It's like, yeah, I understand you guys fuck with me all the time, but on a goddamn React Day, I actually want people's inputs on whether or not they enjoy watching the video or not. Motherfuckers type an L video 20 seconds in. It's just fucking stupid.
I dumb down for my audience to double my dollars. They criticize me for, yet they all yell holler.
90% of the world can't even enjoy your content. And when I realized that, I was like, wait a minute.
Dumbing down. The act of making something simpler and easier for people to understand, especially in order to make it more popular. Now,
Dude, I feel like that's what people... I mean, obviously he showed a bunch of clips of people that he's using as examples of doing the dumbing down process to gain popularity. But I feel like that's what... And a lot of people are going to say this is a political take. But... I'm going to say it because I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to shit on Donald Trump in this stream. However, I will say a lot of the big reasoning as to why the average American likes Donald Trump is because the average American understands him, right? Many people that don't know anything about politics, you could say this is a liberal take. I don't care. But I'm not saying that Donald Trump doesn't have in-depth talks about politics. But when he speaks publicly and he does these speeches, people get what he's saying. He's dumbing it down for the average person, right? Whereas if you go up there and you start talking about UBI and fucking how we're gonna set up tax plans and how fucking welfare is gonna change and all this shit, the average American's gonna go 1,000-yard stare, right? But if you go up there and you're gonna say, America's the best country in the world. Biden's a pussy and he has Alzheimer's. Woo! And right, everybody's going to say, oh my God, that's fucking amazing, right? And they're going to go, America, and then everybody votes for him, right? So it's like, that's the problem. I think that's part of the problem with politics in general. I'm not saying it's a conservative issue. I'm saying it's just him, right? I'm not saying he's bad for doing it. It's smart that he did do it, right? But I think that we need the overall average person to have a smarter knowledge when it comes to that, to have smarter, knowledge about politics and world problems when it comes to that shit. Because then it ends up with political opponents that are just stooping down to the third grade level to explain things in fucking elementary school terms. So people just go, oh, money need for military, money for taxes, right? Like, that's not, that we need more in-depth talks about shit like that than just saying, fuck that shit. America's the greatest country, communism sucks, and blah, blah, blah. Like, there were no explanations on anything. Loving for the sub is for the sub, Rex Arena for the 3. I'm speaking for a lot of us when we say we don't care what you do on stream as long as you're streaming. You can do a 24-hour Jiggle Machine stream and we'd still be here. Is for the 3. Fine for the sub, totally for the sub, potato for the 5. And thank you for the nice message, Rex Arena. Communism does suck. I'm not saying communism's great. And I'm not saying Trump's stupid for dumbing it down. It's a smart play. But I'm saying, that's part of the problem in general and in content realms too. Not with Mr. Beast specifically, but
some may see this.
It's just happening more and more. I don't want to say the overall intelligence of the world is going down because I don't think it is. I think it is in some effects, but it's going up in others. But I think in the overall content that we consume, it has gotten from maybe a 10th grade reading level / understanding to a 3rd grader could understand the media that we consume. I don't think it's the education system. I think it's just how we're getting pushed content to where the simpler it is, the more people it appeals to. So now everything is simple rather than, some things being niche, hard to understand, but it's actually worth trying to actually get.
Label as an insult, but if you ask
Joe, play the video. Bro, oh my God. You're watching me to hear what I have to say, right? Not and like this motherfucker's spamming too. Yeah, you're getting timed out. Oh my God. Motherfucker's that bitch. Go watch the video. Here. There's the link. Go watch it.
Ask me, it's really a compliment because in itself it's acknowledging you're capable of doing quote-unquote better, but you're just choosing not to. And listen, some people don't have that luxury. For example, Lil Pump, he didn't dumb his music down, he was just dumb, and his music reflected that. The sole reason others dumb down is because of accessibility, which is what I want to touch on in this video. How accessible are you supposed to be successful? Is it even necessary?
Yeah, I mean, like, with rappers, too, if you, like, name some rappers that use, like, really complex words, right? You're gonna probably list people from the early 2000s or the 90s, right? Yeet. What's like a popular Yeet song? Money So Big. My money Tonka, don't need you, don't want you. My money twerking, my money do dances. These are there's not one big word here, right? All I'm trying to say is that, like, even with musicians today, the lyrics that you see have gotten so simplified that songs are kind of blending together because nobody's using any other words, because if they use a word, nobody's going to understand it, and if they don't understand the lyrics, they're not going to like it as much. Yeah, like Lil Wayne would use some shit. Or what was that one rapper that, like, rapped about, like, science? It wasn't, like, the whole song, but he said something about, like, astronomy. Rap lyrics about astronomy. J. Cole did one. Lil Wayne, Dark Side of the Moon. Hold up. Oh, fuck. Where is it? Dude, I'm trying to find the lyrics so I don't have to play the song because it's just going to get fucking copyright muted. Fireball reflections on the friends and the pictures in my room of I and you. Tell me, will I see you soon? Meet you on the moon. Intergalactic love. The sky's falling down. I'll be waiting for you, for you, for you. I don't know. But, like, they'll use better lyrics, right? Way back when. Not way back when. Like 10 years ago.
Does accessible mean bad? And why did J. Cole let Nas down? Being an artist is tough, especially if you're unsuccessful, as it's easy to get stuck in that bitter mindset that your work is brilliant and everybody else just doesn't get it. And then you start to look at mainstream artists like, this is stupid, this is trash, I'm better than this, which is a common occurrence in the lyrical miracle community with guys like Hobson or pretty much any YouTube rapper.
Yo, how come everybody in the game wanna rap like you with the played out flow? I've been in the back killing every damn track and the rhymes all whack, how the fuck y'all blow?
These fools ain't spitting no type of dope shit. They just got a hard ass fucking beat to trick dumbasses like you to make you think you like the shit.
What? Yeah, but that actually makes sense though. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be coming at Yeet again. I think a lot of the appeal of Yeet as a rapper is the beat. Like, if Yeet's beat wasn't overwhelmingly loud to the point where it drowns out his words, his music would suck. Like, you can't, his beat is like, your beat should be here and your words should be here, so you shine and the beat's in the back. It's like the reverse with Yeet. Like, his words are the background and the beat's the forefront of the song.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? They somehow always come to the conclusion that the fact that artist is popular and they're not is proof that everybody is stupid. No, you're just broke, alone, trying really hard for...
Future does the same thing. I don't like when rappers do that. I'm not even just shitting on Yeet. I'm saying... if you're like a rapper that's putting the beat so loud that I can't even fucking hear you, it ruins the song.
Nothing, and nobody knows who you are. What you should be doing is facing the real question. What is that person doing right that you're not? And if the answer doesn't please you, maybe it's time to find a new calling. Now, if making niche experimental stuff is what makes you happy, you have to come to terms with the fact that you're never gonna be at the top. You will never be as popular as all of the dummies that are making this mindless, stupid music. That is the sacrifice.
Content, too. Like, not even just social media. I mean, like, the more followers you have, the more broad and dumbed down your content is. Usually, right? Not with everybody necessarily, but when you look at the biggest creators, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but when you look at the biggest creators, they appeal to every single person. Like, Kabi Lame was dumbed down, not using language, just you would watch the video and he would make like a Mr. Bean-esque joke of why something's stupid, right? I mean, I have a large audience, but I don't have like Mr. Beast. Like, anyone can watch Mr. Beast videos. I'm not saying his content's dumb, I'm saying it's simple. Right, it's simple to understand.
You're making. Now, whether or not you think this is a good trade-off really depends on the person. Too many people believe that being an artist gives them the excuse to just create and do nothing else. Well, that's a fucking lie. You have to study.
Yours is simple. I think a better example would be my philosophy streams. I mean, obviously, it might just be the entertainment value of them, but the second I start doing philosophy, like, if I started ranting about, like, what I think about morality and death right now, 1,000 people would leave. Maybe just they don't care, but the second things get more complex, people go. They don't want to watch it anymore.
You have to understand the
like yesterday. Yesterday, I had, like, 3.4K viewers, switched to philosophy, instantly went down to, like, 2.4. Like 1,000 people just left like a snap of a finger.
You're moving in more than anything else. Because unless
you have a low IQ chat, I would disagree. I would say my chat is smarter than the average Twitch chat.
Sugar daddy is giving you monthly checks. You have to make a living somehow. It's either learning how to market yourself or staying a failure forever. Choose. If toning yourself down is all it takes to make that next step, do it. If that's what it takes. If your message and art is so brilliant, it will still push through, sooner or later. I mean, look at Kanye with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and Yeezus. Like, face facts. Do you even have a plan? Because your artsy IG page with 70 followers isn't going anywhere, Nathaniel.
Dark Fantasy
is me going back and spending 6 dedicated months, and kind of piecing together what people liked about me to make an entire bouquet that they loved, that was the most listenable, that was the least challenging. Yeezus and 808s are so much better and stronger.
But listen. On the other hand, just because you're making yourself more accessible doesn't just give you the excuse to put less effort in your work. Quite the contrary, actually. Adapting your unique style to a larger audience takes a lot of time and effort. The thing I love about Kendrick is that he's capable of making these super conscious lyrical songs, but at the same time, he can successfully pull off a stupid, fun TikTok song without forcing it or trying too hard.
And it's also like, I don't know, like there's certain forms of content that can have different meaning for the person that's watching it, right? You could have a song or a video or a movie that makes sense to the average person, but there's deep-rooted things that other people will catch that make it more enjoyable.
On his last album with Silent Hill, he managed to make this track without sacrificing the quality of the album in the slightest. And that's the thing. I think a true artist shouldn't be too stuck up to make a TikTok song every once in a while. Okay, but why did J. Cole...
Zinks and Nate for the sub, count up for the 4. My friend Frankie, really appreciate your birthday wish. Thanks for all that you do. Thank you, and Rex Arena for the 3. X had a way with words. His speeches were impactful. Loving for the 7. And Real for the 3. Want to say I can't find this game suggestion tab on Discord. It would be life-changing if you play Wobbly Life on stream with guys. It's like an open-world GTA with funny cartoon physics. I think I have that on my Steam wish list.
Relax, I'm gonna get to that.
I was about to say Mr. Beast has simple videos and some complicated ones. Different channels like Mr. Beast Philanthropy. Even then they explain the problems in basic terms. Yeah.
We can see this phenomenon of dumbing down occur in almost every form of media and even life. Like politics are a prime example of this because politicians' careers rely solely on votes to put them in positions of power, so they are pretty much forced to pander to the masses. You don't have the luxury of being niche in politics. Everything is about pushing your ideology and
yeah, and it's annoying because the best politician isn't necessarily the one that's the smartest in their world of, you know, being able to fix things politically. They could just be the smarter one when it comes to appealing to a broad amount of people. The better marketer is the better politician. And that's the problem, right? The best politician is not the one that's getting elected. It's the one with the best marketing skills, which in 2016 was Trump, and in 2020 was Biden, right? So, I mean, it never comes down to who's the best electorate. It's the person that can pull the most people like a fucking ad, right?
Agenda on the widest range of people possible. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but politicians change their minds all the time just based on majority public opinion. Hillary Clinton wanted to outlaw gay marriage a couple of years ago. Trump was a liberal before he recognized he could successfully run as a Republican. It's all about how you can adapt to the current climate. Not only do your politics have to be accessible, but so does your personality.
Yeah, like they might not even believe the shit that they're saying. Like, whatever politician you vote for might not even give a fuck about whatever thing they're talking about. They might just be saying that because it's gonna get them votes. Yo, Toasty for the fucking raid, bro. Maz, do a little shout for Toasty. Thank you for the fucking raid, man. We're doing a little React stream today. Also, a Ukraine charity stream through Project Hope. If you want to check it out, !Ukraine. But I appreciate that, Toasty.
Know who created Pokemon Go?
Oh, God.
But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
God, it's like such a boomer thing to fucking say.
You have to be likable, you have to be relatable. It's basically a popularity contest. And that's how Trump won. He collected all those votes from the "I like to have a beer with this guy" people. You know, sometimes Republicans win just because the liberal candidates are so pretentious and stuck up. Once people get a whiff of that, you're gonna lose all the truck drivers and construction workers, make no mistake. Republicans are easier to relate to, and that's just a fact. It's also a big part of their sales pitch. I'm just a common God-fearing American. I love my country just like everybody else.
It's easier to relate to the conservative mindset because you're just relating to the way things are, right? Whereas obviously there are conservative takes where they want to change things, but it usually ends up getting rooted in traditional values and things that are already pre-existed and knowledgeable things that already exist, right? Are we talking about politics? No, we're talking about the art of dumbing down, but it loops into politics and how politicians, the people that get elected aren't necessarily the better politician. It's the better marketer and the better person that is capable of dumbing their thing down, right? And I think Trump's really good at that. I think it's easier for him because it's easier to relate to, hey, why don't we just keep things the way they are, lower taxes and keep traditional values, rather than saying, hey, we need to rework things and change society, right? Anosity for the sub. Same with music, streaming, socials. Yeah, no, it's with everything.
And that's why I plan on deporting every single Mexican in the United States. I'm not just talking.
Somebody said Trump's doing better than Biden. I don't even know how the polls are working necessarily. Honestly, though, I've been looking into fucking Robert F. Kennedy because he's running as an independent, and I depending on what he stands for coming like in the next few months, I might consider voting for him, even if it is a throwaway vote. I don't like the political parties that we have. I've always said that. I think the idea of having a two-party system is stupid because it just slots you into one of two things rather than just like you're a person, right? At the end of the day, everybody has complex core values that you believe. And obviously there's a million social political systems that you could fall inside of, but to say, okay, you're either a Democrat or Republican every fucking election is so annoying. Because if you're anything else, it's just a throwaway vote. So you have to slot yourself in one way or another when you might disagree with, like, many things that your party believes in, right? Like, I have friends that voted Republican but are very socially liberal, or vice versa, right? Like, I just don't get it. Braxton for the sub. Adam for the 25 to Ukraine says, hope this helps. Thank you for the 25 to Ukraine, bro.
Out of my ass here. There's a real article back in 2016 that states, quote, over time, guy you'd want to have a beer with. That's a real fucking quote.
Yeah, no. Literally. You vote. The average American will vote for the person that they would most likely want to have a conversation with and hang out with. That is not somebody that's the best for running the country. In reality, the best person to run a country is probably just some, like, fucking desk job, analytical, just guy that's so antisocial and just like, hey, we need to put our nose down and get this shit done, right? Just behind the scenes work.
Became the agreed...
Not like a speaker. Like, why does it always have to be like a charismatic... Having charisma does not mean you're going to be a good president, right? Like, obviously, yeah, if you're going and meeting other presidents or other fucking, heads of state and shit like that, you're going to need talking skills. But at the end of the day, being an outgoing fucking extroverted individual does not mean you're qualified to be a president. Favor for the sub, Ethan for the 3. Can you pull a coin flip? I want to see going on. I'm not doing coin flips.
The pawn narrative of Bush's campaign wins. Uptight Al Gore and Pinot-sipping John Kerry, which were the liberal candidates at the time, just weren't desirable barstool neighbors. While Bush could sell himself as someone whom you'd like to sip a Coors Light with. Actually, the original state's adjacent to, but that's another example of why you should dumb it down sometimes. I mean, what the fuck are you doing? I genuinely think a large portion of Americans vote on that basis. Like, it's not about whether or not the candidate has good politics. It's about how many times they make you say...
The political ads. Whenever you see those going, those always dumb it down so much. Whenever you see, like, Don't vote for fucking Tim Smith. He once fucking kicked a dog. And then it's a picture of him kicking a dog from like 20 years ago. He's a fucking animal abuser. Vote for John Smith. He's an outstanding American man. He likes dogs. Swear to God, if you rolled that ad for Trump and Biden, that would sway people's votes. That would sway people's votes. Swear to God. If you had him be like, he's a family man. He stands for basic values. Teddy Williams Jr. Is high for the sub.
Ah, what a legend. With going viral on pretty much any social media platform, there's always two waves of virality. You have the first wave, which
Tim Smith or John Smith? Yeah, Smith is one of the most common last names.
Is mainly positive, and you're pretty much reaching your target audience. And then you have the second wave, which is when you start seeing
Teddy Gallows Jr. is an American man. Play eagle noise. He supports his economy, and he likes to golf. Oh, I like to golf. I think I should vote for him.
More and more negative comments. Everything is sweet while you're operating in your own bubble, in your own niche.
Oh, he thinks people that use weed should get the death penalty. Fuck. Maybe they should have said that.
Where you can't...
Maybe they should have put that in the fucking ad.
Can't miss, where you're a god. When you step outside of that bubble is when you realize someone always has some negative shit to say. Someone always hates you for no apparent reason. No matter how hard you're trying or how perfect you think your work is. You can't reach everybody. Mr. Beast is the most popular content creator for a reason. His business model is simple. He makes the most accessible content imaginable. Everyone loves seeing money being handed out to random people. There's not a single person who ever watched a Mr. Beast video that said, I just don't get it. Because there's nothing to get. The content is super engaging and entertaining. It's not forcing you to think. It's inoffensive. No one really has an opinion. It's always happy and upbeat, wholesome to a degree. There's nothing to dislike. Pair that up with a high budget and high production value and boom, you have the biggest channel on YouTube. But let's talk about more thought-provoking content where you're always bound to piss some people off. I'll be the first to say, Andrew Tate said some profound shit before he got deplatformed. Some. But it was the ignorant.
Any profound thing that Andrew Tate said was immediately diminished by a horrid take about women. Like, almost every time. Like, there were times where he would say factual shit about being a business owner and, like, how you should motivate yourself and, like, dealing with, like, you know, the daily struggles. And then he would be like, and then I told her, you know, women shouldn't have jobs. Or some shit like that. And it would be like, okay, well, that just immediately clouded whatever the fuck you just said before.
Pushed him to the top. When people quote Tate, they don't talk about his life advice or any of his personal stories. They think of, what color is your Bugatti? Women are objects. Like, it's that side of him which made him accessible to everyone. Ignorance for the purpose of entertainment. Does he really believe that? I don't think so, but that shit goes and he knows it. Now, unfortunately, ignorance attracts ignorant people, and that's how you end up getting deplatformed.
Wow, yo, I didn't know he got folded like that.
The most extreme case of dumbing down content is, in my opinion, Sneeko, who recently really blew up. Don't take it from me, take it from one of his own supporters. Sneeko built an amazing aesthetic and carefully crafted image and brand for the good part of a decade, just to throw it all down the drain, screaming and angry on live streams for a cheap, quick blow-up. He chunked out all nuance for sensationalism bullshit, attracting a bunch of impressionable morons as fans, and now he's gonna be destined to retreat to the grossest platforms filled with the worst type of people, and become further radicalized. Hope it was worth it, bro. Sneeko is a prime example of someone who didn't go about dumbing down the right way. Recently, he chose the path of Andrew Tate clone.
Oh my god, I fucking hate that podcast. That, I don't even know the name of it. It has, like, every time, it just has one, like, Giga Chad guy and then 15 women. And they're all talking at the same time. The quality is terrible. And it always just ends up being, like, the guy just dissing these women that are horribly defending their point, like, half of the time. Like, instead of just adding somebody that's gonna, like, actually fucking diss this guy, they'll have somebody that'll be like, nah, I don't know about that. And then it'll be Sneeko, like, well, this is exactly proving my point why women shouldn't be in the workforce. And then it'll be like, that's a diss, right? Oh my god. Like, holy fuck.
And even though he claims he's been saying
You're podcast shaming? Dude, it's not a podcast when you have fucking 20 people on the goddamn mic.
the same thing for years now, the truth is he noticed the trend and jumped on it. And it worked. He pretty much surpassed all of his previous success by being ignorant for a couple of weeks. And now all of a sudden his whole ideology has changed. He's a devout Christian now, even though he was an atheist before. He started smoking cigars for some reason, even though he 100% is a copying tape. Why would you even say that? His opinions are all very surface level. They're not thought out, and couple that up with constant yelling and erratic behavior, you get a good recipe for fleeting entertainment, but not for long-term success. The problem is, accessible content doesn't last. If you don't have any art or personality connected to
Oh
your
my god, the Island Boys, dude.
you're gonna perish as
Talking about Island Boy. I'm gonna trying to make it. I'm an Island Boy. That shit, I fucking hated that. Oh my god, every second of it. And it's like they run it on. It's so weird. Whenever there's trends like that, they burn it into the ground for like 5 months. And I think whenever an average person sees it, it's funny for like 2 days, and then they're burnt out by it. But the trend lasts for so long because different people are getting introduced to it at different increments. So it's only funny for the individual for like 2 days, but for like the whole idea of the trend, it's like 6 months. Like the Chick-fil-A girl. The Chick-fil-A girl that go, no Chick-fil-A sauce? That shit funny for 1 day. 1 day. 1 day, that shit's funny. But if you ride that shit forever, it's like, okay, yeah, now it's funny for every person for a week, but you could run it for 8 months because everybody's going to get introduced to it at different times. No Chick-fil-A sauce? Really? Okay.
quick as you came up. All you are is a novelty at that point, and people are just gonna find someone else when they inevitably get bored of you. You're not irreplaceable. Trust me. Substance lasts. The most successful artists are the ones who manage to find a perfect balance between the two. Substance and accessibility. Anyone leaning too hard on one or the other is destined for an unsuccessful career. That's why most reaction channels don't last. They don't provide enough value by themselves to warrant a loyal fan base. But anyway, if this video doesn't go viral, I'm turning this into a hashtag red pill self-improvement channel. Oi, bro.
It is really most reaction channels. But it's weird because there's some reaction channels that don't do anything unique, but still last for so long. Like Sniper Wolf. Like, I don't think my content will last as long as Mr. Beast, because I think he is way more unique than me, right? But I think that my React channel has lasted longer than other React channels just because I tend to talk more rather than just sit there and go, wow, and just do, like, faces, you know? Go out for the 3. React to the new Tyler Vario video. It's very important for the Gaza thing. I'll react to it on Sunday.
Bruv, why did J. Cole let Nas down, bruv? You said you would get to it, but you didn't get to it, fam. Stop fucking about. Back in 2013, J. Cole released Let Nas Down, a track in which he talks about how Nas, his idol, hated Cole's single Workout, which later became his biggest hit, mind you. Nas thought Cole was destined to carry on the tradition of hip-hop and hated the song because it was poppy. He hated it because Cole dumbed himself down, even though it meant Cole exponentially growing his fan base and becoming bigger than he ever was. Cole was then faced with the fact that he disappointed his childhood idol, even though he doesn't actually regret releasing the track. He points out how even Nas had pop singles back in the day and justifies why he went mainstream by saying he did it for a greater purpose. Quote, "If I can get them to listen outside my car, then I can open the door. Reintroduce them to honesty, show them that they need more. The difference between the Pretenders and the Kendrick Lamars." Now, even though I love this song and it pretty much inspired this video, I have to disagree with Cole here. Because no matter what, there will always be a portion of people who only consume music and media in general passively. Either that's just their preference, or maybe they plain just don't have the capacity to understand substance. It doesn't matter. This expectation that all of a sudden people's minds are gonna start opening and there's gonna be a switch. Oh my god, something is different. I don't know what happened, but I just don't feel like listening to this Drake anymore. Come on, everybody. Let's put on the new Kendrick.
Well, I think that just comes down to personality at the end of the day. Not even personality at the end of the day. I mean, like, there are some people that only watch mainstream shows and very simplistic things. Like, I'm not dissing anybody in chat, but there's probably some people here that have watched The Office 6 times through and Parks and Rec and fucking Squid Games, and they only watch, like, very simplified, very popular things. They don't reach out to try and find new info or new shit for themselves. It's kind of just, you know, I'm going to stay in my passive, happy bubble and live there, right?
That's unrealistic. That's never gonna happen. The sentiment that someday everybody will appreciate substance is false. The thing a lot of you fail to understand is the majority of people in general use these forms of media to pass the time, and they aren't necessarily looking to have a mind-altering experience like you may be. And that isn't changing anytime soon. As a matter of fact, that's pretty much the norm. So whether you like it or not, accessibility will always be a factor. Period.
That was a good fucking video, dude. Honestly. Oh my god. Alright, sorry. I have to piss again, and then we're hopping into the next video. We still got 3 more. Might be able to add some more. Counting down 30 seconds. We're back. What was the game of chat's choice? Oh my god, we never did that. Oh my god, we never did that because we ended up just going through so fast. We're at $2,718. We hit every goal. We're doing an extra YouTube video week on Monday. Of the week on Monday. We're posting on YouTube today, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then probably Friday, Sunday. But what do you guys want for the game of chat's choice? Tie for the sub. Not today, obviously. It's just a game that I haven't played. I mean, maybe I have played. You guys would vote for me to play one day in the future. What game? It's not a game. It's not necessarily that I would, you know, play the entire game fully. Like, if you guys say, like, some shit that's, like, 50 hours long. But I would try out whatever game it is. Or play through it if it is, you know, short enough. Vex for the 3. Last time it was Rainbow Six and Doki Doki. We ended up doing 2. And both of those were fire. So you should play Elden Ring on stream. Already did. And my chat hated it. So I doubt they're going to vote for that. It doesn't need to be a long game either. It could just be like a short game. Last of Us 2. It Steals. Sea of Thieves is a good one. God of War. Clash of Clans. Sea of Thieves, Supermarket Sim, we already started that. For Honor, already played that. Content Warning, God of War. I'm seeing Madden, I'm seeing as well. We'll do a poll here of the ones I'm seeing most. We have Last of Us 2. We have Sea of Thieves. I would play that with other streamers. Madden. Probably the newest Madden, I'm assuming. Wii Sports. I could do Wii games. I'd buy a fucking Wii. Ethan for the sub. Rex Arena for the 3. Truck driving sim. Already played that Rex Arena. We're going to play it another day. No point in voting for that. And we'll add one more. Baldur's Gate 3. Content warning already played. But I mean, I could add that, but we're probably already going to play it again in the future. It's supposed to be a game that I would normally not play. Oh, it steals. Nah, I'm already going to play that another day, probably. Fallout. Pokemon. Red Dead. No. I'm going to do those 4. You guys get a vote on those 4. Vote on that. Vote on that, chit chat. It's mainly between Sea of Thieves, Last of Us, and Wii games right now. It's really, really close. Oh my god, it's like fucking all 3. Last of Us is losing traction. It's mainly between Wii games and Sea of Thieves here. Wii games are pulling ahead. Sea of Thieves not far behind. I would have to buy a Wii, but I would be willing to do that. Helldivers already played it. You should definitely play Sea of Thieves. Bro, I would be down to play, but I would be down to do Wii and Sea of Thieves. I'm not... Last of Us... It didn't win the poll. Ending poll. Ending poll. Wii Games wins. Sea of Thieves in a close second. Last of Us in a sad third. We'll do both. That's fair. Is that fair, chat? Another... I don't know when. It'll be someday in the future. I gotta write that down. Sea of Thieves and Wii. Buy a Wii. Wii Games. Probably Wii Sports. And then... Ugh. Probably Wii Sports, and then Mario Super Sluggers. Mario Super Sluggers for sure, because that's that baseball shit. Rex Arena for the 5. 24-hour Doki stream. Cyber for the sub. All right. Thank you, chat, for saying bless you. I appreciate that. Anyways, lock in for the next video. We found that dub. We'll do Wii games and what's it called? Sea of Thieves soon. If you have any other games you want me to play, though, or videos you want me to react to, exclamation my Discord. Join the Discord. Send videos from react to, games you want to play, videos /tab, game /tab. So I find most of the videos that I watch, the games that I play. So if you have any videos you want me to watch, games you want me to play, send those there. It would be very much appreciated. Also, what are we at donor goal-wise? Let me read that one more time. We're at $2,718 for Ukraine. Dub. And 92 cents. Craziest alien theories in Joe Rogan history. What the fuck? I'm reading Tucker Carlson. What is Tucker Carlson going to say about aliens?
Aliens are among the widest discussed topics among humans and are occasionally the topic of discussion between Joe Rogan and his guests. Whether you believe in aliens or not, your view on aliens might change after hearing these theories. Like on the Joe Rogan Experience number 2138 featuring Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson begins this alien conversation with Rogan by saying that he thinks there are good and bad aliens, and if the US government knows that some of these aliens are bad, they are serving the bad force.
Okay, so if they're spiritual beings, which I believe they are, it's a binary. They're either, if you're on team good or team bad, you can assign any name to it you want, but, like, what are these things? Are they good?
Debatable. How would you say that they're good or bad? The idea of morality to an alien might not even make sense, right? Like, morality is innate to humans, and humans alone. They might have an entirely different concept of what would be good and bad. Like, an alien that was born on another planet in another galaxy and is made up of different physiological, like, parts might not perceive killing somebody as bad. They might not even, or anything, right? Like a gay marriage, they might not if that's a topic of like something that some people might deem morally right or wrong, they might be like, what the fuck even is that?
Good or bad, and I think some of them are bad. And if the U.S. government knows that, or elements, the people within the U.S. government.
Do you guys think the U.S. government has interacted with aliens? Yes. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I watched the David Grush thing where he talked about aliens with the government, and he was like an intelligence officer for the military for fucking years, like high up. And he ended up being a whistleblower. He was only allowed to say certain things, but he basically said that the U.S. government has known about aliens and recovered alien aircraft and physical aliens, presumably dead, since 1940. As that was the earliest he was allowed to say. So like World War I, World War II. I think he actually said like 1920 something, which is insane to think. But I mean, I would say that the government. It makes sense that the government would not say anything about aliens, because they don't want to give anything else to other people, and it would really fuck with society if we knew for a fact that aliens existed, and that was like ingrained in everyday life. That would change society drastically, and it would disprove, I always say this, I know I repeat myself, it would disprove a lot of religions, which would really fuck up many people's faith-based beliefs and just the grounding of themselves in life. Right? If they were shown that other life forms that were more intelligent than us exist, and it's numerous, it removes a lot of people would go insane. Like a lot of you would think that it would be a big deal, but you would think that a lot of people would be able to handle it or want to know. Fuck no. Like there are so many people out of the 8 billion people in the world. Oh, fucking for sure 2 billion would lose it.
Know that, then they're serving a bad force.
Carlson says the aliens are beyond nature as we understand it, meaning their physical nature goes outside of what we understand about physics.
No visible means of propulsion, coming at indescribable speed, hitting the ocean, continuing at speeds that are impossible undersea. If you have a craft, any object underwater that's traveling at 500 knots as measured by sonar, right there you're challenging our understanding of physics. Like, what is that? How can that be?
They've tracked that? They've tracked things going 500 knots under the sea?
Yeah, really. Yeah, much faster than any object can actually go undersea. Yo, for sure. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on underwater, and there's video of these things coming out of the sky into the water and also emerging from the water.
Right.
Well, there was a time where, I mean, it's UFOs, which aren't definitively determined as aliens, but it was like during COVID, like right when COVID hit, the U.S. government released videos of UFOs. Like, not necessarily aliens, right, but unidentified flying objects moving at speeds and maneuvering in ways that defy basically, not physics, but all of our technological applications, right? Like of what we're able to do. And they're just like, hey, we see these all the time. It doesn't make sense. Here it is. And they always do it whenever some other shit's happening. Like whenever there's a world conflict going on or a pandemic or anything, that's when the government's most likely to go, hey, by the way, aliens exist. Just slide that in there while you're thinking about other shit. Hey, hey, wow, a lot of world conflicts going on right now. By the way, we've known about aliens since the 1920s, recovered their stuff, and have been lying to you guys the whole time. Sorry.
Tucker Carlson talks about how these UFOs can go in and out of water at extreme speeds. Now, there is a video from July 2019 where the USS Omaha filmed a UFO going into the water. Now, the video has reportedly been verified by the Pentagon and shows an object flying around the ship before dropping into the water and disappearing. Now, it's entirely possible that this object and others like it are simply advanced aircraft operated by the Chinese military or another hostile foreign government, but retired Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet believes the technology is too advanced to be human. Pilots, credible observers, and calibrated military instrumentation have recorded objects accelerating at rates and crossing the air-sea interface in ways not possible for anything made by humans.
But there's just a lot going on underwater, and it's measured. And so, whatever. I mean, these are all, again, this is like the most obvious observable level of it, but then you just ask yourself, like, what is this actually? So there are two possible explanations, obvious explanations. The first is the one you often hear, which is this is so heavy that if the public were to know about it, it would be just disruptive. It would be too scary. Like, you don't want to scare people for no good reason.
It would fuck up society. There would be, it would remove, we already walk on a thin line of ice of why we're here, right? And what our purpose is, right? And society molds, but it very loosely molds well. And if you throw in the fact that other hyper-intelligent creatures exist, and they're more developed than our own, and they have better technology than us that would change the way things work, people that work everyday jobs are going to no longer see a purpose in doing what they do, right? It would remove, like, if you're like a fucking Walmart employee and you cash people out at fucking checkout, or you help old people at fucking nursing homes, and then you come to see that aliens exist with, like, these hyper-intelligent powers, and they know all way more than we do, fucking tens of thousands of years in the future comparable to us. You're going to sit there and go, why the fuck am I doing what I'm doing? And you're going to move on. Hold up. Totally for the 1,000 biddies. If you want to play a short game crawl, it's in the game suggestions. Anonymous for the 10. Planning on doing a PCRF or similar charity in the stream in the future. I did PCRF as was it my last charity stream? I think. What was our last charity stream, chat? No, there was something between PCRF and this. WWF. That's what we did. We did PCRF, WWF, now we're doing Ukraine. Next one's Little Warrior. I would probably do, yeah, another PCRF one soon. But, I mean, soon meaning a few months out. Just because I already have the next one lined up. And then my manager just hit me about doing an F-Cancer one. Johnny for the 10. Usually a VOD viewer, but watching on my TV while I move out of my freshman door. Keep up the great work. Dub, meme for the 3. You were talking about dumbing things down, but yet Wii Sports won. Also, thank you for all around W streamer. Rex Arena for the 5. All right, lock back in.
Nothing we can do about it. And you also don't want to suggest that, you know, the U.S. military isn't capable of protecting the country, the homeland. And it does suggest that. If you can't control these objects in your airspace, and that's known, if they can't, that's known, okay? Then that suggests a limit to the power of the U.S. military, and you don't want to tell people that because then they, like, won't believe that they're safe. I get it. But then there's a deeper level, which is like, okay, what's your relationship with these things? What is the U.S. government's relationship?
Well, and then I think you would also just have a massive distrust. It's like, you know, when the government's in one of those scenarios where if you withhold something for so long, it becomes to the point where now if you tell them, they're going to hate you, you know? So if the government comes out now and aliens exist, and the aliens are like, yeah, you know, we've been interacting with you guys for 100 years. People are going to overthrow the fucking government. They're going to be mad, right? Like, if they learned a year ago, and they were like, we were waiting to tell you guys, we wanted to make sure it was safe, it's whatever. The public isn't going to be mad. But if the government's like, we've known about this alien technology that would change life as we know it and aid people in so many ways, and we've been hiding it from you guys, sorry. People would start killing government officials. Totally for the fucking 30 to Ukraine. Thank you for that. And Rex Arena for the fucking 5. EJA is an alien. Cool.
With these things. And there's evidence that there is a relationship and that it's a long-standing. And that raises, like, a lot of questions about intent. And so, like, what is that? And people have been hurt by these things. You know, that's a fact.
No, they wouldn't. You think that if the U.S. government came out right now and said, hey, we've known about aliens and we've known about this technology that would be life-changing for the average person for years, tens of years, you know, and we didn't tell you guys, sorry, we wanted to keep this information from other countries. You think everybody would go, oh, okay, you know, that's fine. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. No, it's not a big deal. No, you'd feel betrayed by your own country, basically.
That's a fact. It's a knowable fact. It's a provable fact.
Would you smoke a joint with an alien? Yeah. Unless they were, like, slippery. If they were, like, slimy, I wouldn't want to, like, lip the same joint as them.
And killed. And
they'd probably have some crazy shit, though. They ain't even smoking weed. An alien version of drugs is probably, like, oh, my God. Like, the best meth you've ever seen, right? An alien drug wouldn't even be, like, weed. They would, like, scoff at the idea of marijuana. They'd, like, touch me, and I just go, and yeah, it'd be like some crystal or some shit. He'd, like, touch me with, like, some weird atom, and I'd just fucking go into this, like, weird state, into, like, a cocoon for, like, fucking 6 months and come out and be like, what the fuck just happened? Oh, was that fun? I'd be like, what do you mean was that fun?
I'm not saying millions of people have been killed by whatever these things are, but people have been killed, and it's known because it's working its way through the courts out of the VA. So an object that is, by definition, supernatural, it's above the laws of nature as we understand them, and that has resulted in the deaths of people, we don't spend enough time thinking about like what that adds up to. Like, not good. Actually, not good. It does raise a lot of questions about like what the hell, right? What the hell? American citizens have died and you're hiding it? Why are you hiding that? Why would you hide that?
Rogan suggests that the government may just not have answers for aliens because of how advanced they are. Rogan also questions if the US government actually has contact with aliens and can communicate with them. Now, Rogan tries to put himself in the shoes of an alien and says that if he was an interdimensional being, he wouldn't care about things like the United States president or government. He would look at humans as chaotic.
Well, it depends. Like that, okay, so the template that you're using to understand this is like science fiction, right? These are an advanced...
Well, and why help us? Either. Like, if they see us, where it'd be the same thing as like humans looking at a world of just fucking T-Rexes. Like, if we go down to them, we're gonna try and fucking tell them how shit works. We're gonna fucking make them more conscious and fucking aid. Why? Why would they aid us? I need an energy drink. There'd be no benefit to them? Yeah. Well, I mean, you're saying there would be no benefit to them, so then you're kind of assuming that the aliens that would come down to us would be doing so not necessarily out of a moral goodness, but this or maybe even boredom, but like they would be so intelligent that there would be nothing else for them to do other than go around and fucking see other intelligent life form. It's not necessarily that it would be an aid for them, it would just be cool, right? Like, if aliens, we don't know how they would think, right? Because we're so used to our own perceptions and everything that we've ever known. It just, we can't even fathom what it would be like to be an alien or how they think. But if we were hyper intelligent, say we were so advanced that we could fly around the galaxy and do whatever the fuck we wanted, we would go searching for other planets to see other life because it would be fun. And we have nothing else to do, right? Literally, like, yeah, you said, like, going to a zoo. It'd be like going to a zoo. They'd come look at us. It'd be like, oh, that's fascinating. Look how they're evolving, right? We didn't evolve like that. That's kind of weird, right? Oh, they have opposable thumbs. We didn't have that. We didn't have that on our world.
Race of beings from somewhere else. But the template that every other society before us has used is a spiritual one. Mm-hmm. There is a whole world that we can't see that acts on people, a supernatural world that's acting on us all the time for good and bad. Every society has thought this before ours. In fact, every society in all recorded history has thought that until, I'll be specific, August 1945, when we dropped the atom bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And all of a sudden, the West is just officially secular. We're God. There is no God but us. And that's the world that we have grown up in, but that's an anomaly. Like, no one else has ever thought that.
And I think that's a passing point, maybe in aliens' eyes as well. Like, I don't know if they would have technology that would see that, but out of anything that the human race has ever done to solidify themselves as something that is intelligent is split an atom, right? Us knowing about cars and figuring out how the wheel works is like, whatever. Also, chat, I gave this guy another try, and he did the same thing. I'm sorry, chat. We banned him, and then we unbanned him. And you guys were saying he was joking, and he's just a horrible chatter. He's just a fucking horrible chatter, just complaining either way. You know, Eddie, it was nice. It was nice knowing you, bro. I appreciate you popping out to the stream. You're welcome to keep watching, but I no longer want you to talk in my chat. I'm sorry. June for the 5. If you like the idea of aliens in space, you should read the book All Tomorrows. Food for the $25 dono to Ukraine. I don't understand war, do you? Cool for the sub. I mean, war is based on people spreading their ideologies to other people. That and power, right? I mean, you could go to war for a variety of reasons, like resources and survivalistic needs, or you could go to war over a difference in beliefs, right? Which is what we're seeing in Palestine and Israel, right? In Gaza and everything that's happening there. or like when we went to war in Iraq or Iran and shit like that, a lot of it was like about terrorism and stuff, but it was also we were going to war because we wanted oil and we wanted control, right? A lot of it is just rooted in like animalistic things, and then a lot of it is rooted in like belief disagreements. I think war in general is horrible, but
never been a society that thought that. Every other society has assumed, and they've had all kinds of different explanations, and the details differ, but the core idea does not differ, never has differed from caves until now, that we're being acted on by spiritual forces at all times. And so to someone born before or living before 1945, I think it would have been much more obvious that this is the thing that every society has written about. And in fact, that battle, that unseen battle around us, that spiritual battle, has like been the basis of every society, of every religion, not just Christianity. So like it just, once you discard...
If the government confirmed aliens, there would immediately be a new religion called alienism, where people believe that aliens created Earth. Oh, 100%. There would be people that would start worshiping aliens, and then conversely, all of the religions that would be disproved would scramble for means to loop that in, right? People, like, say aliens came down and we saw them, they were all over the news, and it was like, this is confirmed real, it's not a fucking conspiracy, blah, 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 aliens exist, and they're going to start getting integrated in our society. Every religion would just start fucking, all the heads of organized religions would start scrounging to try and make this fit in so they don't lose people.
Your very, very recent assumptions.
Like it or not, religion makes cash. Oh yeah, no, religion, in putting it bluntly, is one of the most successful businesses that has ever existed. I'm not dissing it by calling it a business, but it makes money, and it doesn't get taxed, right? That's why televangelists and all these other people make fucking boatloads. They don't pay taxes, right? If you're a religious organization, you're probably not going to pay taxes, right? You're going to be able to get an income and not be set to the same rules as everybody else. It is a literal advantage against the average person.
Relatively speaking, about how the world works, you're like, well, that kind of seems like the obvious explanation, right?
Next, on the Joe Rogan Experience number 1762, featuring Josh Zepps. Zepps is a broadcaster who hosts afternoon...
Yeah, he looked like a skinwalker, though, for real. Holy fuck.
With Josh Zepps on ABC Radio, and hosts a podcast called Uncomfortable Conversations with Josh Zepps. Now, Joe Rogan starts this conversation by saying that UFOs didn't...
Name one religion that would change because of aliens. I'm not going to go into each fucking religious belief, but any religion that holds humans as higher than other animals. Any religion that believes that humans are better which is a lot of religions, right? Like, I would say most religions that hold, like, Buddhism, chillin', right? Like, a lot of religions that believe in reincarnation and that all living things are kind of one in the same, they fucking slot right in. Aliens, come on in, right? You're just another thing that I could become when I die, right? But any religion that's like humans are the chosen, right? Most Western religions would fail.
Start appearing until after Fat Man and Little Boy were dropped on Japan. The first ever UFO sighting occurred on June 24th, 1947, when a private pilot named Kenneth Arnold claimed that he saw a string of 9 shiny UFOs flying past Mount Rainier at speeds that Arnold estimated at a minimum of 1,200 miles per hour.
I don't know if there was alien life, and if there is alien life out there that's aware of us. I don't know if they would intervene. Because we don't really do much when we find chimps. You know, the scientific...
Christianity would still be the same. I would disagree. But, I mean, that depends on what person you're asking and how that would slot in, right? It really depends on the denomination of the person. Why? Because I think Christianity is a religion that has a very rooted value in humanity, right? In humans, right? And how we are... You know, like, if you go back historically, obviously things have changed and the church doesn't believe this anymore. But the church used to be very found set that the earth was the center of the universe and that everything rotated around the earth. And they also used to kind of, like, if you go into, like, Copernicus and people that were fans of the, is it heliocentric theory, the one that we revolve around the sun, which is the one that is true. They didn't even want to share their beliefs because the church would kill them. The church would fucking get rid of them if they tried to disprove a belief of the church. And it's all rooted in the idea that, you know, humans are more valuable than anything else. Would Scientology get disproven? I don't know. Scientology is... would Scientology get disproven? Nah, I don't know. I also just don't think Scientology would even really care, because Scientology is based off the idea that aliens came to Earth and then, like, their souls got implemented in, like, a volcano and then got set into humans. I mean, that might even, like, aliens might loop into Scientology to a degree, for all I fucking know. But I don't know. I don't know how that would go if aliens came down and they were as intelligent as us and had different sets of rules and how the universe worked, and they tried to prove things for us. It's not even necessarily if the religion itself would loop into aliens existing, but also what the aliens would tell us, right? Like, if the aliens were that evolved, they might know how the universe began past the Big Bang. And they could just go, yeah, this shit's just been going on forever. And then that would immediately just disprove any formulation of whatever. Aliens is about human salvation and Jesus. Aliens have nothing to do with that, so I don't know how it would disprove aliens. What do you mean aliens is about human salvation? What are you talking about? Aliens is about human salvation and Jesus?
Community.
Christianity is about human salvation and Jesus. Yeah, but it would be very confusing to say. You would start asking questions about why God would put us there, and then are other aliens looped into our religion? It's about human salvation, but it's about salvation in itself, and it's about the only salvation that would exist, right? Like, if you're saying Christianity is just about human salvation, yes, but then my question in response would be, do aliens go to heaven if they're as smart as us, right? Or if they're smarter than us, and they're more evolved, and they have their own set of morals that are entirely different than us. This isn't a philosophy stream. Bitch, I'm allowed to talk whatever the fuck I want to talk about.
Yeah, well, the intelligent scientific community doesn't try to interfere with their life and give them guns and, like, this is how you start a fire.
Right, but chimps have noticed that we exist.
I would be very... I don't know how to say this. If the aliens came down and they didn't have religion, I think that would fuck over every single fucking religion that existed. Sorry. I'm not dissing religion. I'm not dissing Christianity. But if a very hyper-intelligent species came down that is way more evolved than us, came down and they had no religion whatsoever, they didn't believe in anything, and they were just fully scientific and reason-based, I think half of the world would drop everything that they believed. Because if they're hundreds of thousands of years more advanced than us and they don't believe in that, in what we believe, then that's fucking everything up, right? And it would. You could say it doesn't, and it might not for you. I'm saying for society, right? Many people would leave whatever religion they were in.
Yeah.
Because you would look at the thing that is smarter than you, right? Humans learn from things that are smarter than themselves. When you're a kid, you learn from your parents, you learn from teachers, you learn from professors, you learn from people in your workforce, and you get stronger and smarter, and then you teach the people below you. When things come down and they're smarter than us, you're going to start learning the things that they want to know, and if they don't believe in what we believe, then it's over, right?
Yes.
So, like, even if they don't come, like, I'm not.
You should stop thinking you're a psychologist. I don't think I'm a psychologist. Also, you've been following for 1 minute. Have you even been here? We started the video longer than you've been here. I don't think I'm a psychologist. I'm allowed to share my opinion. I'm not saying it's definitively true, and I'm not saying that, oh my God, whatever I say is fact. But I'm not a psychologist. The hell does that even mean? Expound upon that. Juju. Or not. It's like, it's always that one chatter just comes in, says one thing, leaves. Anonymous for the 10. I've never been much of a conspiracy theorist. This is super interesting. Thank you for the 10 to Ukraine, by the way. Keaton for the 3. Got another stream. Wanted to show my support for Ukraine. Hope you have a good rest of the stream. Thank you. And Chase for the tier 2 sub. Tobal for the 7. Noah for the sub. Froster for the 3. To Ukraine and June for the 5. I already read that. What did they say? And they still said nothing. Love that, right? Maybe follow that up.
Talking about, like, why haven't aliens come and visited us, like, in Independence Day? I just mean, like, when we train our telescopes on the sky, why isn't there any evidence of, like, little flickering radio waves coming from somewhere? But a possible explanation is the one that you say, which is we're looking for the wrong things. Like, we've only been emitting radio waves for a century, and we might be just about to end that and go into some virtual reality metaverse or something, and maybe we'll meet them all there. Maybe we'll unlock some door of the Zuckerberg multiverse and be like, oh, here are a whole bunch of pre-existing civilizations of aliens who already exist on this platform.
Rogan mentions that we know that most of the planets in our solar system can't support life. He references Mars as a planet that once had liquid water and an atmosphere. Now, it is claimed that around 3.4 billion years ago, an asteroid crashed into Mars and completely destroyed everything on it. Rogan also mentions Europa as a planet that has frozen water on the outside. It's also important to think that there are at least 50 billion planets in the Milky Way, and at least 500 million of them are in the habitable zone.
When you're talking about the scale of the universe, it's almost like talking about rolling the dice on the numbers of COVID in a population. Like, you don't need very high numbers before once you go to that.
Well, that's why, like, a lot of people will... I don't think it's uncommon for people to believe in aliens. I think if you ask the average person, I would say the majority of people... Mods, can we poll that on whether or not you believe in aliens? I think the average person might not believe that we have seen them, but I think it's just a statistical probability that they would exist. The odds of human life or life in general existing is so low, but almost nothing on the scale of infinity is still fairly possible, right? Say the odds of people existing on a given planet is 0.0000 for 100 zeros and 1%. That's a very low number, but that number multiplied by, you know, trillions of fucking planets is so it's almost impossible that when you look up in the stars, you're seeing the universe, but you're seeing such a fractional point in the universe. And to say that we are the only things out of 13 billion years and that many planets, that many galaxies, that many stars, right? It's so, yeah, the odds that we live in a Goldilocks zone on a planet with sustainable life is fucking almost impossible. But it happened, right? And so I feel like that's just even more likely that, you know, us just existing is just evidence that it's possible. Kate for the fucking $15 donut to Ukraine. Thank you for the fucking $15 donut. And Fluffy is for the 5. Past couple of days, I noticed chatters have been saying that you have a degree in psychology getting confused with philosophy. Yeah, a lot of people mix those two up. I mean, they're interrelated in some ways. Like, many philosophy majors also are getting psychology double majors. Or, like, another degree or a minor in psychology or something, or vice versa. But they're not the same thing. 10 tacos for the 3. Current munchie snack, peanut butter and jelly hot dog. That's disgusting. Why would you even share that? 10 tacos. Peanut butter and jelly hot dog with a banana in place of an actual... Oh. With a banana in place of an actual hot dog? Yeah, but are you using a regular bread bun or like a... Or like a fucking... like a potato roll? I feel like something that was fluffy would be better.
My point was, the solar system that we exist in is very unusual. And, you know, we obviously have a planet that exists in this Goldilocks range, but we also have an extremely large...
I wonder how aliens look. I mean, dude, they might even have different sensory perceptions than ourselves. Like, that's what a lot of people don't... Like, whenever you see a picture of an alien, it's always fucking, like, some weird, big-ass fucking Megamind Roger from fucking American Dad looking motherfucker. Like, that's not... In all honesty, that's probably not how it would look. Like, it might not even have eyes. It might just have, like, sonar. Like, it might be blind and have some sort of, like, radio frequency that it pings like a fucking bat. Like, we don't know. It could be anything. We always just immediately assume it looks like us. Just weirder. Totally for the 1,000, but he's got to go. Have a great day.
Asteroid belt. And it's indicative of the initial impact between Earth 1 and Earth 2. You know, Earth 1 was a planet that got hit by another planet.
Right.
And that's what created the moon, and they believe that also created the asteroid belt. And if there's a solar system out there that didn't have that sort of event, so didn't have to worry about these intermittent cataclysms, where, you know, that's one of the things that Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock have done some great research on, is the indication that at least one time that we know of, while civilization existed, it was probably almost wiped out.
Right.
And it's somewhere in the Younger Dryas impact theory, somewhere around 11,000.
Is this when we were
years
all
ago.
like 5,000 people or something, or like 10? There were only.
There was no. That was 70,000 years ago, and that was, I believe, was Indonesia. That was a volcano eruption. That there was a super volcano that erupted that wiped out almost everybody. And we got down to like 70,000 people or 7,000 people. They don't know exactly, but it was right about there, and then we pulled back.
Rogan then discusses Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt and the reality of how those impressive structures were built. Now, we lost all of the records of how they built
I love looking at cave paintings. And if you go back, early cave paintings were always of animals and other things, right? Like trees or fucking cows or bison or whatever they were, you know, trying to kill or what was in their environment. And then, like, as you flash forward, the newer the cave paintings, the more they made things of themselves. And it, like, showed that they developed consciousness. Because they went from painting things that they saw to trying to paint themselves. Like, they would, like, paint their hand and, like, spit shit on their hand so it would, like, outline their finger. Or, like, literally, like, family. Like, they would literally just... It was just, like, a fucking self-portrait. It was fucking weird, man, to see that shit. Avery for the fucking sub. The Dredge for the 3. I would like to know how many Christians actually believe in aliens. If they do, then Christians have to reason that aliens were also created by God and would be religious unless they completely abandoned religion as they advanced. Well, yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, you could say in the Christian religion or just in religion in general, whatever religion it may be, like an all-knowing God created everything that has ever existed, which could very, very well happen. But then you would presume that they would also believe in the same thing, and God has shown themselves, or God has shown himself to them as well. Avery for the sub.
their structures because the library...
It would have to do with intelligence, unless you're saying it's just humans. Like, God created humans, but then only showed himself to... God created aliens, but only showed himself to humans. It just becomes, you know, a very engaging conversation on what would happen. What percentage of Americans are illiterate? I think it's like 21%, but that's partial illiteracy. Like, genuine illiteracy, like they can't read at all, is like 5% of American adults.
Of Alexandria was burned. It is believed that the Library of Alexandria held over 500,000 documents from Assyria, Greece, Persia, Egypt, India, and many other nations. The Library of Alexandria was the ancient world's single greatest archive of knowledge, and we will never know what was documented in that library.
Yo, that like low-key pisses me off, though. Like, what do you think they had in there?
So let's imagine that there was some sort of a civilization 10,000 years ago, 20,000 years ago that was very advanced and was allowed to advance without any interruption, without nuclear war, without...
They should have made more copies. Oh, yeah. Why didn't they just break out the copy machine? They didn't have that. I will say, kind of dumb they put them all in the same place, eh? Kind of a little oopsie-whoopsie from the human race, you know? Oh, why don't we store all of our human knowledge in one building?
Solar flares, without asteroid impacts or super volcanoes. Maybe they lived in a much more stable climate, and they
Mr. Hindsight over here. Yeah, they probably ain't run that again. Right when that happened, they probably said, yeah, why don't we separate this shit a little bit?
To a place where...
Maybe have like 7 buildings, just in case.
They're 1,000,000 years more advanced than us. 1,000,000 years. Imagine what the fuck we're going to be in 1,000,000 years.
I mean, I can't even imagine.
I disagree that they were 1,000,000 years more advanced. I think humans back then might have had some sort of knowledge that has been lost, but the idea that they were 1,000,000 years more advanced, bitch, their library burnt down. We got shit like flash drives now, dog. I know, maybe they went a different route of intelligence. Like, that's a big thing, is, like, it's hard to create new information because you're always clouded by previous things that exist. So, obviously, yeah, we, like, can develop more and more and more, but the things that we develop technologically are based off things that we already know, right? So, when you start from nothing, it's easier to go towards another path because you're not blocked by all this other previous knowledge. So, yeah, they might have had some sort of advancement way different than ours. Like, there's a lot of people that say they knew how to manipulate things with sound, and they know how to move things with sound frequencies or shit like that. Yeah, fucking say maybe they knew how to do that. a million years more advanced than us, you think they'd fucking figure out how to copy something? Or maybe write a fucking extra, maybe spend the time to write out a fucking book again? Pay some guy fucking 20 schmeckles back in the Egyptian days or whenever the hell that shit was to go, okay, I'm gonna rewrite this. And then fucking put it somewhere else just in case. You know, little fucking, what if this burns down?
And what we're going to be in 100 years.
So
and then
if
take
that's
1,000
the case,
years, 10,000, 100,000.
Yeah, if that's the case, like, if they were out there and they were watching us, they'd probably just make sure we don't blow ourselves up.
Yeah,
Like,
or
just-
not.
I think they would
You
probably
reckon they're
rather-
benevolent?
Well, if you got to think that, well, I don't know if it's benevolent or malevolent. Like, if you think about what a scientist is, it's someone who wants to observe but sometimes protect. You know, like we protect endangered species. Activists get together and they say, hey, you know, there's only a few of these birds left. We have to do whatever we can to preserve them. If they have that same mentality about the human race, I think they would have a pretty standoffish attitude and just sort of wait for us to figure it out. And especially if they look at the acceleration of our innovation and this exponential acceleration of technology. And
I can't remember if it was like Michio Kaku or Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You think they'd make us pets? I don't know, man. Fuck. That'd be kind of crazy. You think they'd make us pets? Probably not. Probably not. We'd be too much to take care of. It'd be way harder to take care of us than like a dog, because they'd have to teach us, right? Like a dog, you teach like sit, stay, come, right, and like base shit. They would have to teach us like language, and like we would have to learn and shit. It'd just be way too much. Like it doesn't make sense. The more intelligent an animal it is, the harder it is to take care of.
You know, one of those like great science guys who was saying like
a fucking chicken. Oh my god. You just throw that bitch outside and leave out some food and it'll go ah, ah, and then it's good.
maybe any civilization that would be advanced enough to be able to reach out to us or to be noticed by us would also have to be the kind of civilization that would not be a predatory colonizing.
Next, on the Joe Rogan Experience number 1976, featuring James Fox, Rogan and Fox discuss Brazil's Roswell. James Fox is a UFO investigator and documentary filmmaker. In 1996, NORAD contacted Brazilian Air Defense to report an object and...
NORAD's the company that tracks Santa Claus. They're a very yeah, I know that. I know NORAD Santa Tracker. Seb for the fucking $110 dono to Ukraine. Dump in the fucking chat for that shit. Thank you for the fucking dono. It's been a while. Does Brooke like Taylor Swift's new album? Yes. She said she does. And Seb V5221. Thank you for the fucking 110 to Ukraine. You motherfucking goat. The dredge for the 3. Earth is billions of years old. How do we know we weren't humans on other Earth previous to us that lived for 1 million years before an extinction event? What? Like that we fucking sent ourselves? Like we're just like we all got extinct, but we had escape pods with humans that didn't know anything, and we fucking flew to Earth. Following that logic, could aliens be humans from millions of years ago that were advanced enough to skip town before the extinction event? Maybe. I mean, it's not impossible, but I would say it's unlikely. Mr. Zach for the 3. Just following evolution. Like, you could see that we have a string of events. We didn't just show up, you know? Like, if there was nothing that led to us, I would flat out believe that. Yeah, like, if there was no Homo habilis or Homo erectus or other forms of humans, yeah. But, like, we're just more evolved versions of ape ancestors, right? Like, apes and us had an ancestor, and then we just started kind of, like, divulging. What if aliens don't have moral rules and rights and just murder us for no reason? They might. Avery for the sub. It's not even necessarily moral rules and rights. Morality only applies to things that we make them apply it to, right? Like, if aliens see us how we see chickens, they'll just kill us, even if they have morality, right? If we are so underdeveloped in comparison to chickens, they could just fucking cut our heads off. It wouldn't even be anything. They just blow our fucking shit up, you know?
entering the Earth's atmosphere near Brazil. This object was marked as unidentified. A few minutes later, the unidentified object crashed outside the Brazilian town of Varginha. The Brazilian Army and Air Force rushed to the town to get to the crash site before any civilians did, but they were too late. The craft was seen and the beings driving the craft were gone. A few days later, 3 women reported to authorities that they saw a mysterious creature. The women described the creature as a large-headed biped with spots like veins on the skin, bumps on its head, and eyes that looked like 2 red balls. Now, Brazilian authorities shut down the town of Varginha with barricades and said that there was a deformed man running around. But why would they shut down the town for a deformed man?
You know, I mean, these girls came within 8 to 10 feet. Three women, Katya, 2 sisters, Liliani and Valkyria, 14, 16, and 21. They got within 8 to 10 feet in broad daylight of this creature. And one of the things that doesn't come across in the film, when they saw this thing, they're looking like, what are we looking at here? They're walking through this field and it's up against a cinder block wall. And one of them was looking at it, what is that? And it was crouched by the wall. It was weak and feeble. And one of them kind of like screeched, ah, like, what is that? And it turned and it looked right at the girls, locked eyes on them. Liliana grabs her younger sister, who's 14, Valkyria, and hightails it out of there. Katya.
Yo, I wish I would see some shit like that. I wish an alien would crash in my fucking city, bitch. I wish that motherfucker. Like, why? Yo, every time it's like I'm hearing these stories about other fucking people, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, yeah, that would kind of suck being somebody that has to explain that aliens exist and nobody believes you. But at least I would know. You know, at least I would know myself.
Is 21. She's frozen in her tracks, locked eyes with this creature, and it's
Who's gonna believe you, though? No one. That's the problem.
Communicating with her. Please help me. He wants help. It's weak and it's feeble and it's scared and it's crouched down. Liliani realizes that Katya is back there. She gets, I don't know, 100 feet down the path. She leaves her sister, stay here, I'm going back to get Katya. She runs back. And I asked Katya and I asked all the girls.
Dude, but they could give you like some crazy fucking diseases. Just how, like, when people from, like, Europe went over to the Americas and kind of spread diseases that were just, like, not really known of. Like, aliens could have something that would just fuck us up. Like, just so... like, just an even worse bubonic plague. They just have something on their skin or whatever they would call their outer portion of their body that would just latch onto us and kill us in a day.
Girls. During that...
Like, if we ever saw aliens... the first people that would interact with them would have to wear hazmat suits.
That moment of contact, when you lock eyes, I know it's only a brief second, but during that moment of contact, what did you feel? Like, put me there. That's where the title comes from, moment of contact, because that was when they locked eyes on this creature, and that's when Katya said, help me, I'm scared. And it was feeble and suffering, and it's a very powerful moment.
James Fox claims that the mother of the 3 women who saw the creature said that a man in a suit showed up at their door with a briefcase full of cash and offered it to the girls if they came out and said what they saw was all fake. Fox also talks about the smell near the crash site.
The smell, that stench, and the footprint on the ground. I mean, everybody talks about that stench, that it was so... They said, if you ever take like a skunk, multiply that by like 100,000, that would give you some indication of the level of like how putrid and nasty. It was paralyzing. And it stayed in the areas, like at the hospitals when they did the x-rays, and everybody talks about it.
Imagine you kill that bitch, though. You see that thing in a corner, just... I go live on Facebook on my phone with a fucking hammer from Home Depot. Just mallet its fucking skull in. Just fucking kill it. Oh my god.
That stench, though, it's unbelievable. Like, it fills your navel cavities and doesn't leave for a week. It was incredible.
You know how mad the government would be? Oh my god. Oh my god, they'd probably kill you. Dude, I mean, they'd probably kill your ass anyway. Because you saw it and they wouldn't want you to know. But, like, you know how mad, dude, the fucking government shows up and they're like, dude, you just fucking crushed its skull in. Imagine they were like, we actually haven't seen aliens yet. You just fucking killed it. But now we can't even fucking study it. Its fight's mush.
And then they all said the same thing.
And they couldn't get it out.
They couldn't get it out. Yeah, they said
You already said that? Yeah, but it's a fucking hilarious thing. Imagine your friend goes live on Facebook, right? Facebook Live. Not even like IG Live or TikTok or Twitch. Your friend goes live on Facebook. and you tune in, and it's just like 2 a.m., and it's like really dark, and he has like a phone flashlight on, and he's like, look at this fucker. And he's just malleting its fucking skull, and like just like blue mush is coming out, and he's like, what is this fucking thing? What is this fucking thing? Get rid of it.
Sanitized the hospital. The guy said that
You're not going to take over my land.
he had to close off that wing of the hospital while they were sanitizing it because it was so intense. You know, so
How long did it last for?
I heard days and weeks is what I heard from people. And even the mother said when she went to where the creature was, she said that the stench, even there after the creature was gone, got in her nasal.
God, the worst place for an alien to crash would be like fucking Louisiana or like Alabama. Oh, they'd fucking shoot that thing. It wouldn't even be, they would definitely kill it. I wouldn't kill it. I would want to see, like, I would risk it killing me just to know what the fuck it was. Oh my God. That thing crashes in Alabama's, like, some guy's backyard. He's just going, doom, 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 like fucking 50 into its chest.
Cavities, and she tried to flush it out with water and saline or whatever, and she just couldn't get it out of her nasal cavities. Really crazy. But they all did. I mean, everybody talked about that stench.
Fox talks about the driver who drove around the body of this creature and how the driver basically said that no amount of money will ever get him to talk about what he saw because of the risks involved. The man who drove around the body of this creature's life was ruined because the military was constantly checking up on him and making sure he didn't open his mouth.
2 years ago when we were there filming for the last
Yo, Black Frank for the sub.
time, his name is Marco Feres, F-E-R-E-S. And he came forward for the...
I mean, that's what they said they were trying to do. Like, David Grush said before he started whistleblowing, like, the military and shit were trying to ruin his life. And they were trying to, like, commit him of, like, crimes that he didn't do. Like, I honestly believe that would happen. Like, if you saw aliens in your backyard and you reported it, I think it would go to the police, and then it would keep going higher up and higher up. You would get interviewed by somebody, like some suited man, and he would tell you, you know, if you tell anybody about this, we're going to fucking ruin your life. Like, we're going to fucking, we're going to make everybody think you're crazy. We're going to commit you of some crime you didn't do. Like, they would oh my God, they would ruin your life. I highly doubt they would care that much. Oh my God, yes, they would. If you saw an alien, they would not let you just live your life and tell people. They would definitely try to hide it. 100%. If an alien crashed in your backyard and you called somebody, they wouldn't let you see it. Right? And whatever you said you saw, they would never want you to tell anybody about.
First time, and he said, yeah, in January of 1996, this plane came in, USAF, he kept calling it, United States Air Force, came in and didn't have the authorization of the Brazilian government. And he was like, this thing can't land. And some higher up stepped into the room. This is his testimony.
No, they wouldn't. And obviously, they'd say you couldn't tell people that, but they probably wouldn't care. I mean, I would say you could look into the David Grush story, and I think it would change your opinion otherwise. But that's whether or not you believe what he says.
Money. I'm just relaying what he said. He said some higher up came in the room and said, let it land. And it came and it landed.
Or Oppenheimer. Not that crazy for the government to try and discredit somebody that knows a lot of shit. Fucking watch the movie Oppenheimer.
Campinas. And then from Campinas, 2 helicopters, according to him, flew to Varginha, Brazil, Varginha back to Campinas. Then they loaded something on the airplane and then off to the United States, and that's where the case goes cold.
Now, Oppenheimer's different. The Manhattan Project's a good example. Yeah.
Brazil's Roswell is so fascinating purely because of witness testimonies.
Yo, refund that. I'm sorry, Seb. I'm not doing a Daisy showcase. I already have 2 more videos, and I'm only gonna have time to do 1 more. Fuck, man.
And what the
I don't want to spend time on the Daisy showcase.
said
It'll take like 5 minutes.
Try and cover it up. There are witnesses who claim that it was an extraterrestrial being, and then you have the military saying that it was just a deformed man. The military also at one point said that the alleged alien seen in a hospital was just a couple who had dwarfism. There's also many who believe that Brazil's Roswell was just a case where...
I don't think they would take it to a hospital. They wouldn't even know what to do. It would have entirely different organs. Like, if it was injured, you wouldn't know how to fucking help it. Like, say an alien was, like, literally, like, fucking crashed into Earth and was a borderline about to die. You're not going to be able to perform surgery. It's not. It'd be like telling like a fucking horse doctor to perform a fucking appendectomy on a human.
Literally nothing at all happened that was unusual, but it was magnified into a case considered proof of alien visitation. So what do you
I'd still
think?
try. Yeah, what do? Start cutting that bitch open? You start seeing like imagine you like cut an alien open. What are you gonna see on the inside? Suck fucking blue goo. You start just throwing these weird things out of their body, and you're like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Fucking stuffing it back in. Like or you cut it open and it's just like solid. There's nothing. It's just like a blob. That would freak me the fuck out. Now it would have organs. All right, hold up. I gotta go piss real quick. Then we're gonna watch the last video. Chop me down. Oh, we're back. Bum, bum. All right. We're going to save the kids who hacked the CIA for Sunday. And we're also watching the new Tyler Oliveira video Sunday. Or not Sunday, tomorrow. Fuck. I keep saying Sunday. I'm not live Sunday. We'll watch that tomorrow and the Tyler Oliveira video for sure. Tomorrow we're going to be doing like 2.5 hours of reacts. And then probably like 3 hours of Ready or Not, Roblox, and other games that chat wants me to play. Sunday, I'm not live. Monday, we're going to be doing, what's it called? Fuck. Simulacra, and then other games chat wants me to play. Tuesday is Reacts, Practice for Party Animals. Wednesday's Party Animals, Rivals event with Sneak, Zeusy, and Handsome. Maybe other games after that. Thursday's going to be on bands, horror games. Friday and Saturday, I'm off. But I'm uploading on YouTube right when I end after we watch this video. And I'm uploading on Sunday, even though I'm not live. And I'm uploading on Monday for the extra video because we just hit the goal in the charity stream. I'm uploading on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. All right, lock in. The tragic story of the counterfeit vape epidemic. Lock in. You need to play Doki. Already did. You missed all of it. Bubs for the sub.
2010, a young man named Josh Temple knew he wouldn't. By 2010, a young man named.
Do you think this is the counterfeit vape epidemic for nicotine vapes or weed vapes? Probably weed vapes. Lung diseases. Okay, it might be regular vapes. Nah, probably weed. Just because were there? I mean, like counterfeit nicotine vapes. Did anybody ever die from that? Maybe. Bubs and Balkan for the sub, Black for the 5. I'm so freaking high right now, I don't get anything, but I still know you're my favorite streamer. Thank you.
Josh Temple knew he wouldn't be a famous actor. By 2010,
What is happening?
A young man named Josh Temple knew he wouldn't be a famous actor. He had only landed a few minor roles over 5 years, and it was obvious that he needed a new occupation. Being in the golden state of California, he thought, why not give the weed business a shot? And started his own company called Honeycut Labs. Over the next 8 years, the failed actor's business skyrocketed, thanks to his creation of a single product that would eventually become one of the most sought after in the entire cannabis black market. However, that product would be responsible for something else. A nationwide pandemic of a severe lung disease that infected over 2,800 teens and killed 68 of them. This is the true story of the counterfeit.
Yo, Sour Patch. Yo, if you broke open, that is the epitome of being down bad. If you're ripping a Sour Patch cart. Fuck, dude. That I would never trust that in a million years. I don't even care if fucking Snoop Dogg himself handed me that card. I'm not hitting it. Like anything where it's like Sour Patch Kid, Rick and Morty, Mario, any fucking brand shit. Oh my god, it's fake.
Epidemic, and how one man sparked a nationwide media frenzy, confused hundreds of doctors, and changed the marijuana industry forever. In April of 2019, everything seemed normal. COVID wasn't around yet. Old Town Road was blasting through everyone's speakers, and this creature was talking to kids through Peppa Pig. But then, in a few hospitals in Illinois and Wisconsin, something strange was happening. Seemingly young, healthy men were being admitted to the ICU with all sorts of symptoms like chest pain, nausea, shortness of breath, and more. Now, at first, doctors thought it was just pneumonia and gave them meds for it, but that didn't work. The patients only got worse over the following days, some of which required supplemental oxygen just to keep breathing. And as 200 more teens appeared in ICUs, doctors became...
Are there teens that still get hospitalized for this stuff? Like, are fake carts a problem today? Obviously, yeah, I was talking about how I almost got sold a fake cart recently, but I mean, I don't know if they're getting cut with the things that are putting people in hospitals anymore.
They had no clue what this disease was, how to treat it properly, or what even was causing it in the first place. Everything seemed hopeless, but then they found a lead. It turned out that all of these teens who were becoming sick vaped. Whether it be on THC carts or disposables, or both, it became clear that these devices the patients were chiefing were causing them to become severely ill. Hence, the CDC named this new disease EVALI, or e-cigarette or vaping product use associated lung injury. Now, despite this revelation, they still didn't know the exact cause of EVALI. Was it Juul causing all of this? Puff Bar maybe? Or was it the hot dog water? The CDC wanted to find...
Hot dog water? What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, I had a friend that quit vaping probably 2 years back. But he says all the time that if Juul pods ever got re-released in the United States, he would immediately develop a vaping addiction again. And I have so many friends that vape. I don't fucking use nicotine, but I always tell them, I'm like, were Juul's that much better? And their eyes widen, like they're seeing God. They tell me they rant and rave about Juul pods like they're fucking gold. Like, I don't know if it's just their inner fiend or they have some sort of nostalgia to when Juul pods were there. But they're like, dude, you have no idea. It was just different. It was the whole time. You know, it's like, and then they had the mango carts, and they're like mouth waters, and they'll like lick their lips. I'm like, dude, stop. Dude, stop. I mean, honestly, though, it might have been better because it was made by like an American factory or something like that. I don't know where Juuls were made, but it was like, it wasn't like that fucking boof vapes you find, like the disposable ones at gas stations. So they probably were better. But I don't know how much better.
The answer. So they started investigating. They went case by case, examining the details of every teen situation and their vape of choice, hoping to find patterns. And they eventually did. A good majority of the teens were smoking THC carts, and after running tests on these carts, they found that they contained a plethora of garbage. Countless pesticides and other nasty chemicals kept showing up in the results, making it clear that they should dig deeper into the companies making these carts. But they couldn't, because these companies weren't real. Well, some of them were, but the products the teens used from those companies were black market fakes. Another brand that kept showing up was Dank Vapes, but after digging into them, the CDC found that it wasn't a real company at all. It was a black market brand through and through, with the sole purpose of making these boof carts look legit. It turned out the only pattern between
Dank Vapes, lemon berry, sour diesel, Fruity Pebbles with the fucking Fred Flintstone on the front. Yo, I remember the funniest TikTok I've seen in a bit was, oh my god, I wish I could find the video. I like too many TikToks though. It was this guy and he had like a caption above him and he was like ripping a cart and he's like, me casually ripping my cart while watching a TikTok about the top 5 most dangerous fake carts, and my cart is on the list. Just not giving a fuck. He's watching a video about which carts are like the ones that are going to put you in a hospital, and he's hitting the one as he's watching the video.
These products was that they were coming from street dealers who were buying fake packaging online for pennies and selling carts filled with God knows what. Now, this is where you think the story ends, given the CDC hit a dead end. But it doesn't. There actually was another pattern that connected all of these deadly carts together. A pattern that was created by a struggling actor from Los Angeles, California. Josh Temple landed very few gigs between 2005 and 2010. He had done minor roles on shows like
How do I buy a good cart? Go to a fucking dispensary where they are regulated by the government or the state, and it's not fucking fake. And obviously you got to be, 21 and it's legal in your state, but don't buy from random ass people. Buy from regulated, right? Don't like I have so many people that buy like carts that I know, and they're like, dude, it's just got the scratch, and you scan it and it says it's real. I'm like, okay, what the fuck does that mean? Right? That doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for you or it's fucking safe. I mean, like, if I'm being real, I've hit carts that I've bought for my friends, but I mean, for the most part, it's only really 100% safe if you're buying it from a dispensary, because that's how you know what they put in it. You know they didn't cut it with anything to try and make a higher profit margin. Tread for the 5. Stop smoking weed. Smoked for like 10 years. I'm 24, so I could join the Navy. Finally pissed clean today. Dub. Matthew and Young for the sub. Too tired for the 3. What time are you starting stream tomorrow? Probably like 1 or 2 EST, if I had to guess. Probably going to be like a 5.5 hour stream tomorrow, and then I'm not live Sunday. Black for the 5. So high right now, I don't get anything. Alrighty with that.
The X-List and Fashion House, but after a decade of essentially getting nowhere, he knew it was time for a change. By the time Josh was looking for a new industry to work in, California had become a hub for cannabis. Between the vague laws, non-existent regulation, the sheer size of the city, and its massive cannabis market, dispensaries were popping up everywhere, and Josh wanted in. Now, young Josh didn't know a damn thing about growing weed, but there was a new opportunity for him that not many people were capitalizing on: THC cartridges. As the Golden State's cannabis industry grew, so did the market for vape products. They were quickly becoming the hit product to have, thanks to their convenience, odorless smell, and more. This is where Josh set his eyes on. He had dreams of becoming a THC cart kingpin, selling whatever product he could in the space to mix.
Yo, oh my God, I've never told you this story. My friend accidentally, I'm not gonna say his name. My friend accidentally smuggled weed into Mexico when I went. Did I tell this story? It just fucking hit me, and I was like, I never told this story to my chat. My friend accidentally smuggled weed into Mexico, and they did not find it. He's going to remain unnamed for obvious reasons. But accidentally, yeah, let me explain. Okay, so I went to Mexico last summer, and I went with a few of my friends, like a bunch of my friends. And so it's not, you can't determine who it was. But we're all going, right? There's probably like 15 of us. Like, it's a big group, maybe 15, 20 people total. I mean, like, some of the people, like, obviously I'm closer with than others. But we're going, and everything's fine. We get through customs, and customs in Mexico is so weird in comparison to the U.S. Because when you go to the U.S., it's like, you get there, you fucking, your bag obviously lands, you pick up your bag, and you just kind of go through this, like, little area, talk to an officer, and he just asks you, like, what you're bringing into the country. No big deal. When you're in Mexico, and we land in Mexico, you get your bag, right? And then you go to that same thing like you normally would in the United States. And then you go to this other layer where they take your bag and they open it up and they look through everything in your bag. And then they have 2 sniffing dogs that smell you, right? They smell you, they smell your bag, they smell your carry-on, and they're trying to, like, find drugs or things that, they don't want you to bring in. And we go through it no problem. We get to the hotel, right, or the place, and, we're just chilling there, and we all get our rooms, our assigned rooms and shit. And then my friend comes in, and he just pulls, I almost said his name. He pulls this bag out of his pocket, and it's like a fucking sealed bag of like 5 grams of weed. Just bud. Not like a cart or something that you would like easily find. Just fucking raw weed. I was like, why did you bring that in? He's like, dude, I didn't mean to. I'm like, what do you mean? He apparently had weed in his pocket in like a plastic bag that he threw into the wash. And it like kind of got washed into his clothes and stuck into like his pants or his shorts. And then he packed all of his clothes, obviously not checking the pockets, because why the fuck would you check the pockets? You're not assuming that you have weed in your pockets like that. And they didn't smell it. And he's just sitting there happy as hell. He's like, I have weed now. I'm like, okay, cool. Number one, if you get caught smoking that, that's a prison sentence in Mexico. Number two, and I'm looking him in the eyes. I'm like, if you got caught with weed you would be in Mexican prison now. Is weed illegal? I'm almost sure weed is not is weed illegal in Mexico? Can you bring weed into Mexico? It is illegal to take any marijuana product across the border into Mexico. They have very, very strict drug laws. You could end up in prison for 1 gram. It says you can smoke weed in some places recreationally, but you're still not allowed to travel with it. You're not allowed to bring drugs into other places. Not strict enough? I don't know. I wouldn't want to. All I was telling him was like, dude, even if it's like safer here, they're not going to really care as much. I'm like, dude, they have all these drug sniffing dogs trying to find what you have. Obviously, they're looking for like other shit too, but I'm like, if they found that weed in your bag, dude, he might have gone to prison. Like, and going into a Mexican prison as, like, just a white guy from fucking New Jersey, that would have been awful. But he was happy as shit. And then he smoked the weed out of an apple. Because he couldn't find a bowl. You know, I will say, I did look for papers for him. But we couldn't find them. And then he carved out an apple and smoked weed out of it.
Some serious dough. And so, between 2011 and 2018, Josh worked in the THC vaping scene.
An apple? Yeah, he had the app. Not an apple ball. It was like an apple bowl. I know you hit the apple bowl. Yeah, Cat, you defo hit that.
About the industry and scoping out opportunities for him to capitalize on. He eventually found one, and in early 2018 started his own health supplements company called CB. Now wait, health supplements? Now don't get me wrong, there are benefits to smoking pot, but it's no health supplement. Well, the product that Josh created technically was a health supplement, and it's the same product that would eventually contribute to his company's meteoric rise and horrific downfall. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Honeycut Diluting Agent, Josh's flagship product from his company. This was essentially liquid gold to him and the millions of customers he sold it to. Customers who were black market dealers. In simple terms, this product was a cutting
live resin better than sex.
Customers who were black market dealers. In simple terms, this product was a cutting agent that you could add to homemade THC cards to not only make them look legit, but also to use less pure THC oil. It had no taste, no smell, and had the exact same look and consistency as THC oil. It also passed something called the bubble test, which is a common way to tell if your cart is boof or not. In the past, most fake carts were cut with things like propylene glycol, making carts look runny and less pure because the bubble in the cart would move when tilted. But Josh's new product didn't change the viscosity of the liquid at all, making the bubble stand still, which in turn convinced users they were smoking pure distillate. Now, there was one secret with Josh's revolutionary offering. It was mostly made of vitamin E acetate. And by most, I mean 95% of it. Over his years in the industry, Josh discovered that vitamin E acetate, a chemical compound usually found in skincare products, was a beautiful substitute for THC oil. And even better, it was dirt cheap. He could buy a liter of raw vitamin E acetate for anywhere between $8.50 to $42.60, repackage it, and mark it up between a—
So he was just, like a drop shipper. Like the equivalent, he was equivalently drop shipping honey-cut vitamin E for people to put in fake carts and then that put people in a hospital.
$1,113.50 a liter, a 13,000% profit margin. And before you assume people would be crazy enough to buy that, illicit dealers ate it up. They could easily pocket an extra $5,000 in profit on average by stretching their supply of THC oil with Josh's cutting agent. It was a win-win for both parties. Josh's profit margins were through the roof, and street dealers could make thousands in extra profit. And I haven't even touched on the best part of all of this. It was all legal. Well, not the whole selling hot dog OG to teenagers, but the part about Josh's vitamin E concoction. Because vitamin E acetate is considered a health supplement and not a THC product, Josh could sell his stuff online and nationwide to anyone who wanted to buy it. He didn't need any special license or have any regulatory body to comply with.
Yo, was he selling it outside of the US too?
As a matter of fact, anyone could buy pails of this shit online. It just so happened that Josh found a new use for it. Over late 2018 and early 2019, Josh's products sold like crazy. As demand for THC carts skyrocketed across the US, seemingly every illicit dealer wanted to get their hands on as many bottles of—
Is he in the wrong here? Like, do you think he knew that his shit was giving the people the issues?
honeycut diluting agent as they could. Insiders in the industry describe 440—
Obviously, he knew they were cutting carts with it, but I don't think if he, I don't know if he knew that it was giving people lung problems.
Pound drums of Josh's magical solution moving out from wholesale vape suppliers. And it was consistently sold out across many major e-commerce websites. And on Josh's own website, they detailed how they had more sales in the first 4 months of 2019 than all of 2018. Which didn't go unnoticed by others. Copycats of Josh's massively successful product started to spring up everywhere. Uber Thick, Clear Cut, Thick Stretch, and more were all created by other companies trying to steal market share from Josh. But it was too late. Josh's brand was simply too big. He had created one of the fastest selling non-cannabis products the illicit drug market had ever seen, moving untold gallons of vitamin E acetate into the nation's black market. Josh had officially reached his dream position as a THC cart kingpin. He had a golden setup that any scumbag dealer would die for, pushing millions of dollars in product without anyone batting it.
Millions of dollars, bro. I would have thought he made like 200K.
Nah, it seemed as if his empire was untouchable. But by August 2019, that empire would be fully exposed. By the time the chilly fall season was setting in, Avali cases had peaked. And even worse, the first official death caused by the disease was reported. This was the tipping point. A young man dying from vaping ignited a tidal wave of stories from the media, begging the CDC to get to the bottom of this mysterious infection. Feeling this intense pressure, the CDC kept digging, trying to find that missing pattern among all the products these teens were using. And I think you can guess what they found. Almost every single cart they tested contained vitamin E acetate, which, while safe for ingesting or putting on your face, is poison for your lungs. The CDC found that, when vaporized, the chemical caused shortness of breath, fever, vomiting, and worst of all, lipoid pneumonitis, a rare condition that results from—
Fuck is that? Do you think they kept... Like, do you think the people that were smoking these carts, though, like, hit it one time and then felt like shit and had a volley, or do you think it was like they just kept doing it?
Particles being inhaled into your lungs.
I mean, you probably wouldn't know that it was from the cart.
This was the missing pattern. I mean, no wonder doctors had zero clue what disease these kids had. They had never seen anything like it before because no one had ever vaped vitamin E acetate. As news outlets took this information to the masses, Josh could smell blood in the water. He knew something terrible was coming for him, so he acted fast. Like, really fast. On August 23rd, the same day of the first Diwali death, Honeycut changed its registered corporate address to a random P.O. box. 4 days later, he changed the official ownership of CB to add a person named Ashley Angstad, which turned out to be his girlfriend. 3 days after that, Josh called his wholesaler.
Is he trying to get his girlfriend to be the one that was fucking in trouble for that shit?
Ordering a recall of his products and demanding they take his stuff off store shelves. And by September 6, he had completely shut down Honeycut's website. Now, young Josh thought this would do the trick. but the law still caught up to him. On September 9th, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced a subpoena for Honeycutt, forcing
Andrew Cuomo.
Josh to come forward with every single detail on Honeycutt's safety testing, ingredients, sales data, and the quality of his raw materials and final product.
Oh, so he did need safety. He did need safety regulations.
Josh was now fucked. He clearly got caught red-handed and had to pay the price for it. But did he? After the subpoena was announced, there wasn't a lick of information I could find about what happened to him. Officials at the New York State Health Department said they had been in contact with Josh, but that was from 2019. Josh and his lawyer refused to speak publicly about the company, which, I mean, I get. And it appears Josh may even be on the run, as he no longer lives in his Los Angeles home.
Oh, he never got arrested?
Truthfully, we have no idea if Josh faced any consequences, but he for sure did one thing. He caused a national pandemic, hospitalizing over 2,800 young men and women, some of whom had to be put on life support, and killed 68 people.
It is his fault. Semicolon. However, if he didn't do it, someone else would have. Maybe this year, maybe the year before, right? It would have taken longer, but there were slips in the... It's obviously his fault that he didn't take those regulation standards, but it's also the fault of these companies that were selling them and, right, people buying them not knowing, in the sense of, like, I don't even know what I'm fucking saying. If he didn't do it, somebody else would have, because there was no regulations in place to stop him from doing so, right? He did it so easily that somebody else would have just came along and been like, oh, vitamin E looks just like fucking weed juice. Let me just sell that, right? And then it would have fucking happened. So it's a shitty issue, and it is his fault. I don't know, like, when it would have happened, but it's probably something that would have occurred either way. That's a fucking blow, though. He still did it. It doesn't change the fact that he did. True. I'm not saying that he's scot clean. I'm saying that it's like, it's just a shitty issue in general that is blamable on him, but it is also something that probably should have had regulations in place more so outside of just his problem. Right. TXY for the $25 dono to Ukraine. Thank you for doing charity streams. I respect you for using your platform to help people in need. Thank you. And Jedi Knight for the 3K biddies. I'm a security guard at a college. I recently busted a student that had 1,000 carts in his dresser. We found they were not actually dispensary brand carts. We're looking for about 7 months. 1,000 carts in his dresser that were fake. Cutie for the subfoods for the $25 dono to Ukraine. Thank you. Neo and Tello and Nisei for the sub-tread for the 5. All right. Chat, we're calling that there. W video, W stream. We raised $2,989.92 for Ukraine. Dub. We broke the goal. We did way better than I thought we would. I appreciate everyone that popped in. I hope you guys had fun watching today. I had a fun time streaming. We had a great chat, great audience today. I'll be live tomorrow at probably 1:32 EST, if I had to guess. We're going to be doing reacts again. For probably like 2.5 hours. Then we're going to be doing Ready or Not, Roblox, probably this game called Game of Sisyphus, and then maybe some other shit depending on how much time we have. But it's going to be like a 5.5 hour stream tomorrow. Sunday, I'm not live. Monday, we're doing Simulacra and then other games. Tuesdays, Reacts, practicing for Party Animals. Wednesdays, Party Animals with Zeusy, me, Sneeg, and Handsome, and then maybe other games with them. Thursday is Unbanned, Scary Games. Friday and Saturday next week, I'm not live. Next Sunday is Reacts, and we're back to our regular schedule. We're going to be posting on YouTube right when I end. I hope you guys had fun watching. I had a fun time streaming. Go watch the YouTube video right when I post. Exclamation point Discord. If you have any videos you want me to watch or games you want me to play, send those there. It's high five most of the videos that I watch the games that I play. Outside of that, though, chat, W stream. And I will see you guys soon. We're going to raid Sneeg. But yeah. Appreciate y'all, and I'll catch y'all soon. We're going to rate it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go watch the YouTube video right when I post, chat, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Be there, be square.